It is 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. It looks like it's me, MJ. I see Roxanne in her corner. Nobody puts Roxanne in the corner. What Roxanne put herself in the corner with her choice of that position during the morning show. And then, of course, she costumed up and pretended to be, what's her face? Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing.
Baby, yes. And I looked at my costume because Meredith gave me my costume. Your Meredith. And I loved it. But I think I looked a lot like a ballerina or, like a cake topper. That's what my kids said because I put it on. They said, Mom, wear a costume. I put it on last night. They're like, you are not leaving the house in that.
Or one of those little ballerinas in the music boxes.
In a music box.
Do they still do those?
They do, as a matter of fact.
Do your kids have one?
Yes, they have. I can picture them. They have like a unicorn one, a mermaid one, and a ballerina one.
You open up the box lid and the little ballerina kind of dances around. Oh, good. I'm glad you could join us, Fester. Oh, look, he's got his scrunched up, disgruntled face. Oh, yeah. Did you wear your Kool-Aid shirt for Halloween?
Yeah, I did, and it was great.
Fester apparently has a Halloween scare story he's got to tell later on. Let me jot that down before I forget. Fester Halloween scare. You guys got a big scare, huh?
Yeah, you know what? It went on a little longer than we would have cared for.
Yeah, there was a Fester Halloween scare yesterday, which will bring you in the 7 o'clock hour here on the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM. What's your excuse for your tardiness?
No, I'm not a man of great excuses. But have you ever gotten to like a trance while you're driving and you just realize you're driving like 10 or 15 miles an hour slower than you normally would?
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally have that happen to me
What
sometimes.
the hell are you guys talking about?
You leave and you say to yourself, oh, look at me. I'm totally on time today. I might even be early. And then you trance. You get into a trance.
No,
and then you arrive and you're like 2 minutes late.
Hang on a minute. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I've had the situation where you're driving down the road and you're doing the normal speed limit, not driving 10 miles an hour. I've had the condition where you're driving.
Nobody's talking about 10 miles,
and
10
then
miles an hour or less.
You kind of daydream, and then you're like, oh my God, where the hell have I been for the last 3-4 miles?
I mean, some mornings driving into work, I remember almost every detail of the drive. And other mornings, I get here, I'm like, what happened? How did I arrive here? I completely blank out on my extended trip to the radio station.
You know what I want you to do? I want you to count the lane reflectors on the way in one morning from Lutz.
You know what?
You know, those little reflector things in the road, in the lines.
Yeah. You know, it'll take
those.
Really long time to come in.
MJ, you know what it is? Tell me if you can relate, Fester. It's when you leave the house like 2 minutes late and you have to be somewhat of an aggressive driver to get here. Then you're focused and you're not doing what you just described. You don't get into the trance.
Yeah, I left in plenty of time.
I still have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. The trance.
Usually I barrel ass to work somewhere in the zone on the interstate.
This morning you lollygagged?
Not deliberately.
My grandfather used to love my mom's dad, lollygagger. That was his favorite word. Schmuck. I learned schmuck from him. Absolutely. And then another really slow, stupid driver was a schmagegi.
Ooh, that's original. Did you come up with schmuck on wheels? Did you take that schmuck and turn it into on wheels? Because you say that.
No, that's not my terminology.
That's not your
I don't.
Schmagegi is original.
Fester. Well, it's Yiddishy. All right. So what is the origin of schmuck on wheels? Type in schmuck on. Well, you spelled schmuck wrong.
Google knows what I'm talking about.
You
origin.
did schmutch.
Schmuck on wheels.
Schmuck on wheels origin.
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Well, I know the definition.
No, we don't need the Urban Dictionary. We know what a schmuck on wheels is, but
what am I, a schmuck on wheels?
Well, exactly. What am I, a schmuck on wheels? That also a famous line in the movie Goodfellas. So, what is the origin of schmuck on wheels? Hey, speaking of schmuck on wheels in my drive-in, I had a lady almost just plow into me this morning on the Howard Franklin. So, yesterday, Howard Franklin was a mess. So, early in the morning, the Howard Franklin was a mess because of an accident near the beginning of the bridge on the Tampa side, going south on 275 on the Howard, and then later in the morning, we had another accident, or it was a car fire, or something happened northbound. So I sat in that traffic, which wasn't awful by 10:15, but I took me 10 extra minutes to get across the bridge because of the traffic. But some people yesterday going southbound, they were nailed up good for like an hour plus in the awful, awful traffic. So this morning, I'm coming in, and I'm over the hump. I'm just on the St. Pete side, and I'm just enjoying life in my lane. And this woman to the left of me, I was in lane number 3. You've got 4 lanes. Lane 1 is the furthest left lane, the fast lane, then 2, then 3, then 4. I'm in 3, and a lady in 2 in a silver little compact car decides that she's getting over. And she just gets over right next to me. I mean, I had to take evasive action. It was like I was in the movie Top Gun. Yeah, I had to take evasive action. On the horn, I have to jam on the brakes. This lady was coming over, and she didn't want any part of the fact that I was sitting right next to her. So I had to Top Gun it. So luckily, I avoided the car accident. But this lady, I mean, just oblivious. I mean, this woman, this lady, it could have been a guy, but it happened to be a woman. But because I've seen oblivious drivers of both genders, it happened to be a woman. And this was just oblivious. And with the horn and the bright lights and my swerve, I mean, I had to take serious evasive action. Like you know what it's like? It's like a U.S. fighter jet pilot that is challenged by like a Russian pilot, you know, near Alaska, where the Russians want to cruise into our airspace and screw with our pilots and, you know, make danger. Or like some of the Chinese pilots have made aggressive, dangerous moves toward our aircraft, or even in some cases our ships.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to take evasive action or else I could have been in an accident. You know, I ask, who the hell is getting into accidents? Why can't you just drive straight on the Howard Franklin Bridge or wherever? And I say this all the time. It's like, just drive. What? Well, guess what? I had a woman this morning almost nail me, oblivious to other cars surrounding her, like me. So that's how accidents happen, because I had this woman almost, wreck my day this morning.
Were you able to see inside of her vehicle and see if she was just like staring at the phone, or was she just?
Nope.
Because that happens to me, where someone will try to they'll drift over, or they'll try to cut me off, and they're not even looking.
Yeah, it didn't appear that she was on her phone. It just appeared she was a dumbass. It just
you could see that.
Yeah, it just appered that she was just oblivious and a terrible, terrible driver who should not be on the road. Let's check traffic right now. See if she's caused a further accident down the road.
Oh, yeah. MJ's driver on the Howard Franklin Bridge yesterday is still on the road, and she's still driving.
No, not yesterday. This morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
Correction to that report. We now have her approaching the Skyway Bridge.
Right.
So watch out for hitting the braking.
609. Let's see if she caused an accident further south on 275 after she had her near run-in with me.
Well, traffic is still looking good this morning. Of course, it is early. Overnight construction wrapping up. No delays on any of the interstates, bridges, major intersections. Starting to see a little bit of volume build, especially on I-4 around the Polk Parkway. Starting to see a little bit between McIntosh and 75, but nothing that's going to hold you up at this point. Keeping you updated, I'm Schreiner.
From the Rubenstein Law 1-800-FLORIDA-LEGAL Traffic Center.
There's nothing like clean carpets from Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. For a limited time, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $129. Schedule online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
So be honest, when's the last time you saw your eye doctor? Yeah, I've kind of fallen behind too. I've connected recently with the Eye Institute of West Florida. You know, whether you've been diagnosed with cataracts or you're just overdue for your routine eye exam, reach out to Eye Institute of West Florida. They've got convenient locations all over West Florida. Their St. Pete office specifically, they do exams and surgery in the same location. And they are accepting new patients right now. Their website, eyespecialist.com. That's EYE specialist.com. Or call 727-581-8706.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life.
It's 104.7 FM, blasting out at 99,000 watts. Wish the tower was a bit higher, but that's a whole different story. All righty. So, the McDonald's ice cream situation. Man, this has become such a national discussion at McDonald's. Listen, hey, they ought to be thrilled. We're talking about something other than E. coli and quarter pounders. So there was even a website created. What was it, like the McDonald's ice cream machine down detector or something?
Was it like McBroken.com or something?
McBusted.com. I don't. Some dude, or maybe it's a woman, started a website keeping track of McDonald's restaurants around the country.
McBroken.
Oh, it is McBroken.
Yeah, McBroken.
McBroken.com. It's Fester. What? I thought you were joking around. McBroken.com. And this individual started a website keeping track of which McDonald's locations had a working ice cream machine or a broken ice cream machine. And it was indicated by, on the map, green dots at all the McDonald's locations indicated that the machine appeared to be working at the current time. And red dots mean the machine is busted. And this has been a crazy, I can't tell you how much I've read about this over the last maybe, 7-8 years or so. It's been a while.
Right now in the Q105 listening area,
right,
there's 14 McDonald's with broken ice cream. 14.
How does this happen?
3 in Pinellas, 1 up in Spring Hill,
right,
1 in Dade City, 2 in Tampa, 2 in like Brandon, Seffner area, 3 in Lakeland, and 1 in Winter Haven.
Look, Sarasota?
Sarasota has 2.
Oh, no. Those look like Manatee. Those look like Bradenton.
Yeah.
Looks like two ice cream machines are busted. And oh, no, when you zoom in, there's more. Oh, dude.
Okay, so I zoom in. He also has Wendy's.
Oh, no. Those are little Wendy's heads.
Yeah.
All right. He's got... So now he's keeping track of Wendy's when their frosty machines are broken. All right, here's the deal. And this is just a crazy story. That the repair manuals for the ice cream machines were like copyrighted, and repair people that were not technically authorized were not able to get access to the ice cream machine repair. This is the nuttiest crap.
Crazy.
It is absolutely nuts. So listen to this. It may be very soon that ice cream machines busted at McDonald's might become fewer and far between than what they've been. And it turns out that now McDonald's restaurants, especially the franchises, not the corporate-owned stores, but especially McDonald's franchises, will not have to break the law
yeah, it's copyright law
to get their ice cream machines fixed. The U.S. Copyright Office has granted a long-anticipated exemption that allows third parties to diagnose and repair broken ice cream machines, including the chronically broken devices that serve up ice cream at McDonald's. Under the new rules, McDonald's franchisees will be allowed to break through the digital locks that for years have prevented them from quickly and easily fixing the glitchy soft serve machines. Now, if I'm not mistaken, aren't these mostly Taylor ice cream machines?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't get that close to them.
The ice cream problem has been a long simmering beef with McDonald's customers. There's even a dedicated website, McBroken, that tracks which locations have a working ice cream machine and which machines are busted. More than 30% of McFlurry machines in New York, this is a New York Post piece, are currently out of service, according to McBroken, which shows red dots littering its map of Big Apple McDonald's locations. And Fester was just on McBroken for the Tampa Bay area, and you counted, 14 machines that appeared to be busted?
Yeah, and Orlando has twice as many as that.
What?
It's really bad.
So there are nearly 30 machines that are busted in the Orlando market right now?
I couldn't count all the dots in an efficient time But look at Orlando.
Wow.
Oh, if you look at the whole state of Florida, man, the red dots, it looks like the freaking measles.
I mean, Jacksonville has 10 or 12. Orlando looks like they might have 30.
It's ice cream machine measles, all these red dots all over the Florida map.
I have 2 questions. First thing, so is it just like a special
I need you to raise your hand first.
Okay.
I thank you very much.
Question number 1. Are they just really specialized technicians that have the badge? I'm talking about before this copyright was passed. And do they wake up and look and say, oh, boy, we've got a lot of work to do, but I can only make it to Orlando and work on these machines. I can't make it over to Tampa.
The deal is the repair manuals were copyrighted, apparently, and then only authorized service people had access to the copyrighted manuals. And if you had like a bootleg copy, you were breaking like copyright. It's the most bizarre crap. We're talking about ice cream machines here.
Well, this was fixed. If you've read a lot about this, MJ, you may know there's this woman, Meredith Rose, and her children wanted ice cream on the long drive to her parents' house for Thanksgiving last year.
Right.
So she stopped at McDonald's, ordered an Oreo McFlurry, and her kids were so disappointed that the machine was broken.
Right. And she went McNuts.
She went McNuts.
She smashed her car through the McDonald's, caused like $350,000 in McDamage.
Well, the important thing is I think Meredith Rose is a McTurney.
Oh, she's a McTurney? A McTurney?
And she sued him?
So
is she friends with Mayor McCheese?
I mean, those political types and those hoity-toity lawyers.
Oh, my God.
So she's motivated to fight for this legal exemption, and she started the petition and started all of this.
Let me give you more. Franchisees were previously blocked from fiddling with the machines under copyright law that prevented anyone other than the manufacturer, Taylor Company, from bypassing the software locks. So the manuals, the technique, there were these copyrights. Like you needed the manual, which was copyrighted, I believe, to get the repair codes.
Yeah.
Like the service codes to get in fell under U.S. copyright law. This is the most bizarre crap. In 2021, the Federal Trade Commission launched an investigation into the broken McFlurry machines after franchise owners complained that they were losing out on sales and customers were pissed.
Absolutely.
Franchise owners often waited 90 days for machine repairs, which cost over $300 per 15 minutes. While restaurants lost $625 in daily sales waiting for the equipment fixes. The Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice said in a joint filing earlier this year, doesn't our government have more important things to worry about than McFlurries and McDonald's ice cream machines made by Taylor?
Name one issue more important than this. I would vote for...
That the fries tasted better back when I was a kid in the 80s because they used the beef fat in the oil.
Still a McDonald's-centric issue.
What is it?
His point.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, there's no bigger issue pressing our country right now than the functionality of the McDonald's ice cream machines.
Both U.S. agencies supported the exemption, claiming the current system prevented fair competition.
Yeah.
Renewing and expanding repair-related exemptions would promote competition in markets for replacement parts, repair, maintenance services, as well as facilitate competition and blah, blah, blah. Now machines should be up and running sooner since McDonald's locations will be able to call on third parties instead of waiting on Taylor-authorized service technicians to come fix their machines. Wow, the new rule took effect this week on Monday.
Good for them.
Wow.
Good for McDonald's.
I remember reading about this. The creators of Kitch, Kytch, a gadget that can be placed inside the ice cream machine, hacked the software locks and trouble lock operation issues, attempted to fix the problem. As the device gained recognition and more franchise owners made use of it, McDonald's claimed that Kitch violated the machine's warranties, posed a risk of injuries. Man, I remember over the last 5-7 years reading numerous stories. There was one story that I read from some tech website that was like a 20-page story that went into excruciating detail on the whole McDonald's broken ice cream machine problem. And now it looks like it's the equivalent of the Wizard of Oz going from black and white to Technicolor when Dorothy gets whacked on the head with the window shutter during the tornado. Wow.
The world is opening up with this.
Yeah. So Kitch later sued Taylor, the ice cream machine maker, in 2021 after Taylor allegedly obtained one of the Kitsch devices and then reverse engineered it.
Yeah, I figured it out.
The couple behind Kitsch sued McDonald's in 2022 after the company forbade locations from using the devices. I mean, a way for McDonald's franchise owners to get their machines back up and running to serve their customers ice cream and McFlurries. Yeah, what a McPain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, McDonald's does have some pretty good ice cream.
Listen, McDonald's is a American institution on many levels, and just nothing pisses you off. You want some ice? Oh, sorry, the machine's broken. Sorry, and that apparently happens thousands of times a day all across the country. But now with the service possibilities expanding, and you don't have to have an authorized or a Taylor employee fix the machine, it changes everything.
A McFlurry seems like one of those items you just get a hankering for it. You
Right.
just get a craving for it, and then to be shut down
People are McThrilled. They're having McOrgasms right now.
Whoa.
They're Mc.
over the McOreo
Yeah,
Flurries.
Exactly.
They go.
All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back, got a nice early juicy pile of early morons in the news. We'll get to that next here on a Friday. Busy show. We have a lot coming up. We got the Halloween recap. We got a vacation issue we got to talk about. We got the Bucks aren't playing this weekend. They got Monday Night Football, and I'm very concerned about Monday Night Football in Kansas City at the Chiefs.
You should be.
I'm a little concerned about this upcoming game. All right, so morons, we got a lot of stuff on a Friday, so you don't want to miss one moment of this program today. Hey, the cake. Where do we start? This is ridiculous. Now, I am not a Harry Potter fan per se.
All right.
But I have seen like bits and pieces. Now, in one of the Harry Potter movies, wasn't there a scene where, and again, listen, some people might laugh at me and go, duh, MJ, you're an idiot. Of course that's the, but didn't the family that housed Harry Potter, they treated Harry poorly, and didn't they make Harry like sleep in a little space under the stairs?
Yeah, like in a little
like a
almost
closet,
like a cupboard. Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I did see that scene.
All right.
Yeah, that's in the beginning of the movie.
Right. I did see that. Was that the first Harry Potter, or is that like
That's the first one?
Harry Potter slept in a cupboard under the stairs
there we
in
go.
a bedroom at the 4 Privet Drive.
In Little Winging in Surrey, England.
Okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, Privet Drive.
A cupboard under the stairs.
Anyway, there's a Craigslist ad for a Harry Potter style bedroom for rent under the stairs of a house in San Jose. Seriously. So San Jose, California, that's like Silicon Valley. And, there's a lot of real estate that is ridiculous. You've heard the stories about out like in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Sure.
That a home is ridiculously priced. The real estate is just out of control. So a recent Craigslist ad that went viral offered up a 3-foot by 10-foot area under stairs in a house for $250 a month plus some light chores.
How much more do you really need?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 feet by 10 feet, I could sleep relatively comfortably, put a little fan in there.
Yeah.
Something called the Bay Area News Group recently checked out the cubby. They said it's real. They spoke to the poster of the ad, Jason, who requested only his first name be used because adding a roommate would violate his lease. You can have this room, and it has like a door that is like on a slant, because it.
Of course.
Hold on, is this?
This apparently is breaking news out in San Francisco area.
Is this from ABC 7 San Francisco?
Where news comes second behind people who want to sell space under their staircase.
It might be KGO are the call letters of this. You got it? All right, go ahead, hit it.
San Jose man is looking to rent out a magical space, and we do mean magical. His ad calls it a Harry Potter cubby. It's inside his apartment and inspired by the wizard. ABC 7 News South Bay reporter Lauren Martinez went and checked it out.
Hey, Lauren.
My God, this is a news story on ABC 7 San Francisco.
This Harry Potter style space under the stairs is available to rent, not in the Wizarding World, but in San Jose.
I wish I could find some other name for him because I don't actually care about Harry Potter that much. I'm much more of a Lord of the Rings guy. But, it's just a place to...
I'm going to tell you right now, this guy does not have a girlfriend. All right?
No.
All right.
Breaking this cupboard out.
Or a boyfriend. I mean, he doesn't have anything going.
All right.
sleep.
Jason doesn't want to be identified. He's not allowed to sublet his one-bedroom, one-bathroom unit. He said rent increased in August to nearly $1,800.
I paid the first increased rent month and realized with a little bit of math that in about 11 months I would be...
Of course, he's got a video game controller right next to him.
Yeah, he's a grown adult with a beanbag about the size of a VW Bug.
Right, and sitting on top is a TV remote and a video game controller. I think that might be the video game controller that they used to control that doomed Titanic sub.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I think it's the same game controller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this news?
down to a tent or my car because my savings would be gone.
Now he's resorting to finding a roommate. Jason posted this ad on Craigslist, $250 Harry Potter cubby for very cheap, plus light chores.
Light chore. We got to take the trash out, do the dishes.
So,
We got to like clean the turlets.
I mean, this doesn't even have like a door on it, or like a cupboard would have a door.
Yeah. See, I'm seeing this image for the first time. I assumed that it had like that slanted door under the stairs.
Yeah, some privacy.
Yeah.
Is this newscaster or news reporter's voice stressing anyone out?
What's stressing you
I
out?
don't know. It's just, you know me and
It's-
voices. Like either I love them, like ASMR voices, or it's
it
putting me
is-
over the edge.
It is very low.
All right, hold on. Let me hear a little.
It's about what I need to be able to afford the rent, and I'm not Blackstone. I don't want to charge people for profit.
I'm not Blackstone. So it's a little private equity comment. Little private equity
equity dig.
reference. Little Blackstone.
I just want to be able to live in not a tent.
The Craigslist ad has been posted for a month, and on November 1st, his first potential roommate will visit.
Jason says you
That's today.
Oh, good.
November 1st is today. So the roommate, I don't know if it's a male or a female, is going to come by and check out the cubby under the stairs.
You know, I'll
won't
tell you.
just have access to the Harry Potter cupboard, but there's no restrictions on cooking, internet, kitchen, bathroom, or gaming space.
One of the places I looked at on Craigslist for
So you got to sleep under the cubby under the stairs is your bed. I mean, I think you have to like somehow customize a mattress because you're not going to go to mattress discounters or mattress firm or something and find a mattress that's going to fit in there.
No, I think I'd rather live in an MRI tube than here.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's similar.
$600 was someone's partitioned off living room with sheets, and they had restrictions on bathroom usage, like you can only go between 6 and 7 a.m. or 8 and 9 p.m.
I mean, he's talking about why he has a real value.
Well, because there are some like sublets or there are some like roommate spaces where you can only use the bathroom between 6 and 7 a.m.
Jason's ad also mentioned.
Oh, of course they're showing him gaming. Of course they're showing him on his computer gaming.
Mentions he liked to rent it out to a nice, nerdy gamer.
We knew it.
He wants to.
Now the truth comes out.
Hey, good for him. I hope he finds one. And he's in the right market to find one.
Just sort of a culturally shared experience that, goes between race and creed and
I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's got a Home Depot orange 5-gallon bucket next to his gaming chair.
Yeah.
He probably goes to the bathroom in the bucket because he's gaming all day.
Nothing wrong with that.
And they show him from like the chest down. He is not physically fit.
No.
Yeah, he is.
No.
He needs to get out and do some walks. He needs to go to the gym.
He needs some vitamin D.
Exactly. And instead of sitting in that chair and gaming all day.
Could be rock collecting or digging up dinosaur bones. As long as there's some sort of nerd or geek, I'm okay.
So he wants a nerd or geek.
And if our video doesn't quite capture the magic of what could fit here, the area is roughly 3 by 10 feet. In San Jose, Lauren Martinez, ABC 7 News.
That's some hard-hitting news right there on ABC 7.
How'd you like to be the assignment editor that day? All right, Lauren, you're going out to the nerd's house to see the space under his staircase.
Oh, my God.
Bring me back a 3-minute piece.
She did it.
She did.
I'm sure there's some really whacked out rentals or roommate scenarios. I'm sure there's some crazy stuff here in the Tampa Bay area.
I mean, if you're couch surfing out in California, $300 to live with a nerd might be better than your current situation.
$250.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
$250.
$250 plus some light chores is what they're saying. All right. Oh, listen to this. Florida. There's a dude that told the judge, I don't want to be released. I want to be in jail. I love jail. Who does this?
How long has he been in jail?
Maybe he could go live under the cupboard after he gets out of jail.
A serial bank robber, convicted serial bank robber, begged a federal judge to keep him locked up for the maximum term after robbing 3 banks in Florida in just 2 weeks after he was released from prison for another bank robbery. Terry Meach, 42, was sentenced last Thursday to 20 years in federal prison. That's the maximum for bank robbery after pressing the judge for the most time possible behind bars. He said it would not only curb his urges and normalize his life, but improve the public safety as well. This guy is advocating for more jail time. Lock me up. This guy wants to be in federal prison.
It sounds like he's doing everybody a service.
Listen to this. Quote, please, could you consider giving me the max or the most time so that I can get back to my normal life in a controlled environment? Prison keeps me from my own self-destruction and keeps the outside community safer. This is what this Meach, repeat offender, wrote in a letter to U.S. District Court Judge Rodney Smith, according to the Miami Herald. I know I'm going to mess up again. I always have the same results. 100% truth. I love the life I have in prison. I made a family and good jobs. Please understand me. I know right from wrong. I'm not crazy at all. I just know myself better than anyone does. Yeah, he confessed from... confessed for numerous robberies. He confessed to stealing $2,419 from a Truist Bank in Hollywood back on February 23rd, and he demanded money from a teller and claimed that he had a gun. U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida, they put that out in a news release. 4 days later, Meach entered the Fifth Third Bank in Fort Lauderdale and told the teller he had a bomb before fleeing and stealing $2,379 from, that bank. He also told the Truist banker that he had a gun during the heist. That amplifies charges. He was also convicted back in April of 2012 for robbing a TD bank in Fort Lauderdale and attempting to steal from SunTrust in Miami. My God, let's see. 2 days later, he stole from a Chase Bank in Doral.
So every time it's a different branch of bank or different brand of bank?
Yeah, he's hit TD, he's hit Chase, he's hit SunTrust.
I thought I heard a truist.
Truist,
in there?
yeah.
Wow.
And he's begging the judge, hey, keep me in jail. Give me the max.
Keep me locked up.
All right, morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show. 6:53. We'll start the 7 o'clock hour next. Got a little vacation tension going on here during the MJ Morning Show, and I think we need to just kind of get this out in the open and just discuss this. Fester's just being difficult.
What?
I'm
the difficult one?
Just hold on.
I'm the difficult one.
Just hold on.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
hang on. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Stand by. 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Roxanne Fester. Like every day, there's something new we have to worry about. I'll get into our vacation dilemma in just a second. Fester's not in the room. Roxanne, you're seeing the texts.
Yeah, I saw the text. Yeah.
What is going on with this guy?
Well,
I mean, he's making it difficult for us.
Well, difficult for us. What do you mean?
I'll explain in a minute. All right, it's always something. Now you have to be concerned with touching store receipts is bad for your health.
You know what? I've heard this for a long time.
Chemical coating on the surface of receipts that get spit out at the store.
I've heard that. I never let my kids touch the receipts, and I forget why. I forget the reason why, but I heard that a long time ago.
You know, it just goes to show you it's always something.
Yeah, you can't eat paper receipts anymore. You can't. I mean, what can you touch? And
Mr. Richard Fader from Fort Lee, New Jersey, writes in to say, "Can I touch the receipts?"
Can I touch the receipts?
Yeah. Dr. Paul Saladino, a holistic medicine doctor. Oh, he's a kook. What are you laughing? What are you chortling at?
That was a no. That was a chortle.
That was a chortle
or titter.
That was not a guffaw.
No, it wasn't a guffaw.
No, it was a chortle. Yeah, he put out a video that's getting all kinds of attention on IG Reels and Tick Schmuck.
Oh, you know what this guy is? I just pulled him up.
Yeah, he's a kook.
He's Paul. You know what his brand is? Carnivore MD.
Yeah, that's about the. So he calls himself Carnivore MD, and he posted a video which already has millions of views, and he's warning that the thermal paper that is used for store receipts have a chemical coating on the surface that may contain BPA, BPS, industrial chemicals that are used in plastics. Like, for instance, there was a whole big deal about, like, the water cups and everything, BPA free, and, like, food containers, you want those to be, BPA free.
I've always thought those receipts are just an unnatural material. I mean, the way they feel they have.
They're alien-like.
No, but it's just, you got to figure there's some kind of chemical in them. The ink evaporates like in a day if you leave it out in the sun. It doesn't look right.
The chemicals on the receipts can be absorbed into the body through your skin. So like a subdermally.
See, I'd feel much safer if rather than a receipt, they just kind of took a piece of bark and carved what the actual price was.
What, how about you have it chiseled into stone like the Flintstones?
Great, like the 10 Commandments.
Yeah,
just Roxanne walking out of CVS with like a 4-foot-long rock,
a rock chiseled receipt.
That's safe. That's organic. I'll put that in my pocket.
Dr. Kooksack here.
He's onto something, man.
He says that there are endocrine disruptor chemicals that are absorbed through your skin. You know what? That's what I go about my daily life worried about endocrine disruptor chemicals.
They're out there.
You sound like a smoker in like 1970. What? You're saying these are bad for you? Like, I'm going to worry about that. Yeah, there might be a chemical on these papers.
Touching a receipt once in a while at the grocery store isn't the end of the world, but I would avoid as many endocrine disruptors in my life as you possibly can.
See, I think like Publix gives out a good paper receipt, but I've gone to like drugstores where it has like this slickness to it.
Hey, how about those 17-mile long CVS receipts? Those will probably kill you with one visit.
So
hey, I haven't gotten those recently.
I want to wrap myself like a mummy.
Yeah.
CVS has dialed it back a little bit.
Okay, I didn't know if I was imagining things.
But I remember when Hadley was a baby.
Listen, CVS, Walgreens and CVS, they're in trouble. They overbuilt stores all over the place. A lot of the stores are not profitable. That's why you're seeing CVS and Walgreens closing locations all over the country because they were on that ridiculous, whose is bigger. And, they're like building these stores over the last, 15, 20, all over the place, on opposing corners. I mean, just nuts. And CVS figured out that they will save $17 billion a year by shortening their receipts.
When Hadley was a toddler, I wanted to start like an online or viral craze to see what was taller, your kid or the receipt.
Oh, really?
I had a picture of, but I never did it.
That sounds cool.
It's actually pretty funny. Anyway, so now we got to worry about touching store receipts. Listen, I think there are far worse things that people need to worry about versus the receipts at the store. All right, we have a little issue. Fester, why are you being so difficult on vacations?
Just to have a conversation, to have a counterpoint.
No, I said that I think we should come back to work on a certain date after the holidays. And
the dumbest day of all the days. Like if you pick,
it's not the dumbest day of all.
If you asked a moron to pick a day to come back to work, that's the same day. They would pick the same. It makes no sense.
What are you talking about?
It makes no sense.
That's when the world is going back to work. All right. First of all, Fester drops me an email. Plan accordingly, MJ. I am taking the entire week of Thanksgiving off. Oh, really?
See, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I'm taking.
That came in the email last night.
Okay.
So we have the text message about when we're going to return after Christmas break.
Right.
And this is a weird year because the holidays, they fall in the middle of the week. Isn't like Christmas and New Year's is it a Tuesday or a Wednesday this year?
I think it's a Tuesday. It's a Wednesday because
let me bring up
the
calendar.
20th is the Friday. December 20th is that Friday. And I assume that would be our last work day because we've worked up until
Wednesday. Yeah. So Christmas Day, the 25th, is a Wednesday this year, which really is the worst day for like New Year's.
It is.
Middle of the week. Come on, that sucks. All right. So Christmas is a Wednesday. New Year's Day is a Wednesday. And then I'm having an argument. Well, you were part of this argument. So thanks.
She was not a part of it. She was the biggest laydown ever via text.
All right, hang on a minute.
Who, me?
So,
yeah, you.
Right,
well, I'll tell you my MO, but go ahead.
Let's take things chronologically.
Fine.
So you're taking the entire Thanksgiving week off?
I'll be taking the entire week of Thanksgiving off.
I'm not taking the whole week off.
Why not? What's this? Is take the week of Thanksgiving off?
Well, because we're not going anywhere. We're staying here. Julian's coming home from NYU. Chloe's already here.
And heavens forbid you enjoy time with the family.
I don't know. Michelle's got I don't know who. We've got 20 people this year. I just wanted us, just Michelle and me and Chloe and Julian, the 2 dogs, fighting for scraps under the table. Hang on. Let me call Michelle.
So I have a confession.
Okay.
What at?
I think I'm not even in the country on January 2nd.
Oh, gee. So am I going to be by myself?
So
not on January 3rd.
So on the
I'll
text.
be here on January 3rd.
Well, hold on a minute. No, we're.
Hello.
Oh,
hey,
wow,
Michelle.
what a mess.
Yeah,
All right. So how many people do we have coming for Thanksgiving?
12. Well, I mean, including us, it'll be 12.
So who's coming?
Oh, people you don't know.
Well, obviously.
You only know 8 people. So.
Yeah.
So were you Michelle keeps track of my vacation days. All right. Were you planning on me working most of Thanksgiving week and doing the MJ morning show?
Oh, I hadn't really thought about it. You can do whatever you want. I mean, it would be nice if you took, a couple extra days
No,
off
definitely. I take Thursday, Thanksgiving Day off.
Definitely Thursday?
Yeah,
of course you do.
Good morning. It's Thanksgiving, everybody.
So
Thanksgiving. Hey,
So-
are you taking the Friday after Thanksgiving?
yes,
Okay, we got early Thanksgiving morons in the news. How about those pilgrims?
I'm telling you right now, Thursday and then Black Friday, we always take off.
Okay, fine.
Well,
But-
great, because those are actually designated Beasley holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So Monday,
And you know what? You'd be the only radio nerd in there doing a show. So
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
yeah.
Sometimes I work those, sometimes I don't. There are sometimes. Have I ever taken the whole Thanksgiving week off, Michelle?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have?
I think we did it
Yes.
maybe 2 years ago or
Did
something.
we?
We've done it before. Not every year, but we've done it before.
So I think I was planning on working on Monday, Tuesday, maybe taking Wednesday off.
Last year you took the whole week off.
I did?
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
We went out. Did we go out of town last year?
we did.
Where were we last year?
We went to New York.
Oh, okay. All right. We were in New York last year.
All right. So listen, I
Yeah.
told MJ, schools are closed the whole week for that whole week of Thanksgiving. Right? I told MJ.
Well, are you sure?
Yeah.
Even with all of the makeup days they have to do for the hurricanes?
They're not doing makeup days on the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not going to pull
They ought to
that.
make- you know what? The kids are going to school. They just announced Hillsborough County and Pinellas kids are going to school on Thanksgiving.
What they're doing
No,
is
I'm kidding.
A lot of counties are
I'm joking.
a lot of counties are putting like teacher work days, where it's non-student days, back into the calendar, and every county's different. I don't know what your county's doing, but they're not giving designated vacation days where families travel back. They're not taking those days back. So the whole week, at least in my county, the whole week kids are out of school, and quite frankly,
By the way, your county is my county, and it's also Roxanne's county.
right? But we have
Yeah.
a bunch of listeners.
We're
who
all
live in-
we all live in Hillsborough.
I talk to the listeners, not you. So if you're in Pasco County or Pinellas or Highlands County, I don't know why I thought of that one third. But anyway, nonetheless, I don't know what your schedule is. But in Hillsborough County, I think schools are closed the whole week of Thanksgiving, so I'm not coming into work that week. And that's it. There you go.
Roxanne, I'm planning on working probably Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Are you in?
I'll be in because I have to be here anyhow to be on Q105 middays.
You mean
and
anyways?
anyways.
Anyways.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
You guys are ridiculous. Take the week off.
Oh,
it's
jeez.
a mail-in week anyway. Nobody's on their right schedule.
It's a mail-in week?
Very less people.
What, I'm just going to phone in the show? I'm just going to mail it in?
The listeners have a different schedule the week of Thanksgiving.
All right.
If the schools are closed, listen, a lot of people are going to work. I get that.
All right.
But it's going to be different. It wouldn't kill you to take the week of Thanksgiving
All
off.
right. Then the other problem now is Fester is causing all kinds of turmoil on our return after Christmas.
Michelle, have you heard of this terrible idea that he has? Like the dumbest idea ever? Is she still there?
I don't know.
All right, we get a text to our little group text chain yesterday. And he's like, I will be returning to work after Christmas break on January 2nd.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday,
January 2nd.
Well, I think that's when Beasley expects people to come back to work.
Okay.
That's the corporate calendar.
Who cares? When do we follow a corporate calendar? Ever.
I also want to be cognizant of my vacation days because I'm planning on going on a pretty hefty scuba trip in March to the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. Michelle, he wants to come back on the 2nd. That's not a normal day.
Well, yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Take the week.
January 1st is a Wednesday, and the world is going back to work on Thursday, January 2nd. It is normal.
If you want a compromise, I'll work with you on the 3rd, Friday. We'll do one day that week.
Wait a second.
Just
Hold
you
on.
and me.
So you're not coming in on, wait a minute, you're not coming in on the 2nd either?
I didn't know, but I'm not even in the country.
What the? You're not, what?
Because you know how expensive tickets are to fly back on the 1st?
Oh, my
Super
God.
duper expensive, so I have to fly back on the 2nd.
Are you considering the Bahamas a different country?
I'm
Yes.
not giving up.
Okay,
I'm not giving up vacation days for the 2nd and 3rd. We'll already be off for like 2 weeks.
Question. I have a couple questions.
Yes.
Who the hell keeps track of your vacation days around here?
Nobody.
Okay.
No one.
Okay.
Shh. But I don't take
Uh.
advantage. Hey, Michelle, have I ever used every vacation day that I have?
Maybe the first year.
First year, maybe.
MJ, honestly, I think you're leaving a contractual week on the table this year.
I don't, Michelle.
Oh,
am
he
I?
is.
I am.
Yes, you are.
What? I am.
You are.
Yes.
I'm so I get 6 weeks of vacation a year, folks. Haters gonna hate. I get 6 weeks after 42 years
All right. Say that.
No,
say
you deserve it.
after 42 years
Jesus
of broadcasting.
Christ. Shut up with this. Listen, you get 6 weeks. That's it. It's 46 years. Me and Marconi, we invented this thing together. Relax. MJ, it's nuts.
Relax.
It's nuts to come back on January 2nd. You should follow a more traditional school system-based calendar. The school comes back on the 6th or the 7th.
Oh, do they? See, I didn't even know that.
I think Julian's
that's
going
right,
to be
they
in
do.
school on the 2nd.
My son's back in school at college on the 2nd.
In New York City.
All right, New York City.
New York City.
Oh,
Chloe
geez.
has to be back at work on the 2nd.
Yeah, Chloe works for the state attorney's office downtown Tampa. She's got to be back to work on the 2nd.
Good.
The world is going back to work on the 2nd. The MJ Morning Show will be back on January 2nd.
Call me as many times as you want to that morning.
So, Roxanne, you'll be in the Bahamas?
Call me.
And then you're not going to be here?
No.
Hey, Michelle, come on in and help me out.
I mean, listen, it's
I may be able to do
It's
that.
the MJ and Michelle show on January 2nd and January 3rd.
Do it.
So this is the crap I got to deal
I
with.
think I'm going to a bowl game that
all
day.
right,
I'm not
Michelle.
sure.
All right,
It's New Year's
Michelle,
second day of the year.
I got to run. All right, Michelle, talk to you in a bit.
What's the
bye.
last show of the year?
It's the 13th.
You're not going to take that early?
No, we're taking early this year.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, we're taking
That's why
early
he wants
this year.
to come back on the 2nd.
Yeah, so our last show I'm planning to be December 13th. So we would not be here beginning on December 16th. Yeah. So that's the plan. All right, 7:17 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, the stuff that
The real first world problems.
boils my butt.
Yeah,
We're arguing about our 6 weeks a year vacation.
Hey, I have an idea,
You guys, by the way, Fester, you don't get 6 weeks of vacation, but you do because of me.
Hold on.
No, you get more than that.
Oh, that's right, Fester. That's right. You get more because you take your own vacation, and then you get my vacation. So you're really taking this place for a ride.
Hold on now, easy. Which that's true. The toilet paper that my contract is actually written on states that I get every day that you take off, I take off, plus whatever days that fill my own schedule.
It's 7:18 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Can you reset the traffic bed? I got to do my live spots first. All right, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. 1 hour, 20 minutes, nonstop MJ in minutes. If you suffer... Here we go. Starting right now. 1 hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. And listen, count it. Mark the time right now. And then mark the time when we end. I always give you more than an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ here on the MJ Morning Show. Fester had quite the Halloween scare yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll get to that here in just a matter of moments. Also, you were watching network television last night, and there was a reference to Tampa?
Yes.
Hold on. We'll get to that in a moment. And this was on CBS.
Bum, bum,
Dun,
bum,
dun,
bum, bum.
that's their little dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I watch a lot. I think CBS is my number one network television station.
This is
I mean,
CBS.
CBS has Big Brother and Survivor, and they have a couple of good legal dramas that I watch occasionally.
What was that? Was that a Larry David episode? Was that a Curb Your Enthusiasm where somebody said, yeah, they work for CBS, and one of the individuals of the show thought they said they worked for CBS and then started kissing their butt.
Yes.
And it wasn't CBS, it was they worked for CVS.
Oh, wait, are
Was
you
that
sure that was Curb Your Enthusiasm?
What was that?
I saw that. Whatever it is, it's a show I used to watch. I remember that.
Yeah, whatever that was hysterical. And one of the characters in the show thought that they had an in with somebody that worked at CBS to get into the entertainment industry, and they misheard it. The person said, "Oh yeah, I work at CVS," but they thought they said CBS. And what was that?
That's going to drive me bananas because I know. I almost want to say it was Arrested Development, but that it wasn't that. Okay.
It was absolutely not Arrested Development. I thought maybe it was Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I mean, I did watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, not all of it, but maybe that. Funny. We'll figure this out. That's going to drive me nuts.
I'll get into the Fester stuff in just a moment. Stand by. First, though, before I forget this, I have not noticed this. Is this really happening? More restrooms around the country are getting adult-sized changing tables?
What?
I didn't mean for you to crack up.
Okay, so all right. So
did you not expect that to come out of my mouth at 7:28 on a Friday morning on November 1st? Oh, my credit cards are due today.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, I have all my credit cards due on. I made them all like the first of the month. Just instead of having like, this one's due here, this one's all my credit cards are due on the first.
Adult size changing tables, not to like change your pants. You're talking about like for adults with diapers.
Yes.
Is it
So
for like adults who think they're babies or people with bowel issues?
well, maybe
maybe a little of
maybe
both.
maybe to take your laugh back. No, it's like some adults that are challenged, and if you have parents,
Okay, I take my
yeah,
laugh back.
do you feel stupid now for
Yeah,
laughing?
I do.
No.
Okay.
What's
Stop.
the weight limit on it? Because I'm going to take a seat.
Oh my God! You'd rip if Fester went on an adult changing table, you'd rip the bathroom tiles out of the wall.
Okay, first
See,
of all,
I was completely thinking when you said adult changing table, I was thinking that role play stuff.
yeah, that guy on Maury Povich who thought he was a child.
like
yeah.
like
Yeah,
the adults that are rolled
Yes.
out like in a baby bonnet in a crib, and they're sucking on a pacifier and with a rattle in their hand.
And then my second thought was like an 86-year-old who's like, I gotta get these depends off.
No.
They get another one on. But yeah, listen, if you're talking about somebody with special needs, then it's
Yeah.
not an adult diaper changing table. Maybe it's reserved for somebody with special needs.
Dude, I'm going to hold this up to MJTV. There's one of those like restroom signs that actually reads adult changing table equipped.
Yeah, with a handicap chair right next to it. Yeah. You kind of set that up a little differently.
Essentially, it's special needs adults that are still cared for by like their parents.
Sure.
That
Right.
some of the
Okay.
special needs adults, they need a baby changing table.
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, how
then stop calling it a baby. It's an adult changing table.
An adult changing
Yeah.
table. But I haven't seen these signs, and I don't think I've seen a huge. I mean, for an adult changing table, it's got to be what? It's got to be like what, 4 or 5 times the size as a baby changing table.
Yeah.
It's got to be 5-6 feet long.
What is the big brand I see?
Koala.
Koala, yeah.
Yeah.
Koala changing tables for. I wonder if Koala makes the adult changing table as well.
No, you need a bigger bear.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to the phones on this. Has anybody seen an adult changing table locally?
All right, hold on now. The whole tone of this needs to change then, because this isn't funny.
Dude,
or
you're the one that
fetishy.
laughed out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, because we didn't
Yeah,
know.
well, hold on. Listen. If I'm thinking about grown adults who think they're like living role play adult
I'm
lives,
not
and it's-
talking about fetish adults that want to be babies and they're wearing diapers and they're pooping in their pants and they're getting changed at Wawa. That's not what I'm talking about.
Apparently, it's a wider swath than we thought. Those people, I'm laughing at. However, if you have somebody with special needs and you have a disabled child or a disabled adult child or a disabled adult kid or adult, and they
Adult, you can't even keep it
well,
straight.
no, but if you have a disabled adult in your life, that's your kid. You need this service, and it's valuable.
Has anyone seen one of these locally? Where is there an adult changing table at a business, a restaurant, a gas station, convenience store? Has anyone seen these? Do rest areas? Like along I-75 or Florida's Turnpike?
Something that the state controls?
Yeah, do they have any adult changing tables going into like the state facilities?
I mean, those are accessible to everyone.
I don't expect the phones to blow off the wall here because I haven't seen these. But has anyone seen an adult changing table? I'll tell you what, I'm amazed at the crap that comes up on this show.
Yeah.
All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
All right, hold on. Adult changing tables, also known as assisted changing tables
All
or
right.
special needs
Right.
changing tables. It changes the comedic effect of the words just by
Dude,
changing,
does.
calling it what it really is.
You laughed out loud.
Because it's an adult changing table. But I'm thinking about me walking in there, putting on my shorts and putting on a different pair of khakis or something.
All right, has anyone seen an adult changing table? Man, that takes up a lot of space, too. Do existing restrooms like...
And it's got to support a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah, I mean, again...
I'm looking at a photograph.
You know
of
what we ought
one.
to do? We ought to take Fester to McDonald's and
Test it out.
and have just have Fester go on the baby changing
No,
table and
on
see
the
what
baby
happens.
It would snap.
Yeah,
it
it would.
would snap like
It would,
fiddlesticks.
it would rip the wall out between the men's room and the women's room.
Yeah, MJ, I wouldn't want to ruin that for other families. You walk in there with your poopy kid and like, what fat bastard was just here?
Damn things on the drywall and tile on the floor. Oh, we're getting calls. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you know of any adult changing tables out there, And yes, the tone of this is shifting a little bit.
I mean,
Fester feels like a total ass now.
I don't. Listen, I'm sympathetic to people who have, children with
I
disabilities. who
know.
need
You didn't know.
attention.
You didn't know where I was headed with this.
Well, yeah, listen, if it's like a 48-year-old man sucking on a bottle, it's a little different.
I entrapped you.
It's all right.
All right, it's entrapment.
I'm here for the party.
All
It's
right, let me
okay.
grab line one.
That'll be good.
Who's on line one? It is
Karen.
Karen in Tampa. Hi, Karen. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Karen.
So yeah, they have these in the rest areas on I-75.
Yeah.
Like if you're coming through Pasco and such, like towards Tampa, they have them there in those really nice brand new ones.
That's a newer rest stop too, isn't it? That one in Pasco County.
Yeah, the brand new ones.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So as I assumed, I figured maybe the state and governmentally controlled facilities might be first to add the adult changing tables. And you saw it?
Oh yeah.
And is it huge?
Yeah, I would say it's huge.
When you first saw it, did you say, "My God, that's for a big ass baby"?
No, I did not think that because it's got the signage,
Oh yeah, you're right. Adult changing table.
It looks very sturdy.
Very sturdy. Karen, thank you for calling.
Yeah, and of all the times I've tried to call you guys, I never thought this would be the topic that I would be talking to you guys about.
There you go. Karen, thank you for listening and thanks for calling in.
Call back anytime, Karen.
Have a fabulous day.
You too. Have a fabulous weekend. So there are many ways, obviously. If you ever want to call the MJ Morning Show, even when I don't ask for calls, there are people that can call in and add something to the conversation. You can always phone us, 800-990-1047. If you need to email me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. And my Instagram DMs are open. You can direct message me. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, which you should be following anyway. Oh, you know what? I never discussed the Mario video. Did you see that thing?
No.
The guy in the costume?
Last weekend, we're at the hotel up in Pennsylvania. Get to that in a second. No, but you can always contact us. Phone us, 800-990-1047. If you ever have anything to add to the show, if we're talking about something, you got to get in on something, just call us. You can email me again, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Give me a follow on Instagram. My DMs are open, and I'm Certified MJ Radio.
About this topic, I'm getting some messages from folks who says Disney has a couple of these special needs changing tables.
Oh, good.
Speaking of Disney,
yes,
Michelle just texted me, and I was talking about the CVS thing where there was some show where they confused CVS with CBS.
Yes.
Did you figure it out?
No, I hope she did. Did she?
But Michelle sent a text to me and said, no. It was Disney. So that was, I think both might have been Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. There was another episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where the person said they worked for Disney. And it turned out that they worked at the Disney store.
Oh yeah,
that was Curb. That was, I think, last season of Curb.
And she was like reading the script for somebody,
right?
And she's like, "This is a really good script," and then she's working at like
I work for Disney. And someone thought that they were an in to get into like Disney, the movies. And the person worked at the Disney store is like dressing up like a character and greeting people on the sidewalk in front of the Disney store. So that was one storyline. And then I'm pretty sure like years ago, there was a storyline where maybe it was another show where someone thought that they had a great contact and an in at CBS. They met at a party or something.
Was it The Office?
I can't remember what it was.
I texted Doug about it too, but he hasn't hit me back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I work for CBS.
All right, so Freddie Funkmeyer dates a girl who says she works for Disney, and Freddie thinks, hey, she works for Disney. She must have this really high-level job at Disney, being in L.A. and
but
everything.
She worked at the Disney store, like in Santa Monica or something.
He drops her off at work, and she gets out.
And goes to
she
the
starts waving on the street.
In front of the Disney store.
And Freddie's like, what the hell is this?
But there was another thing where it was confused between CBS television and CVS, the drugstore. All right, moving along. The Mario story. Now, I didn't mention that. This is a reason why you got to give me a follow on Instagram, because I don't always get to all of the interesting content. So we're at a hotel outside of Philadelphia, Had some business in Philadelphia last weekend, so flew up. And at the hotel, we're at a Hilton property, and I'm walking through the lobby. I think we're headed to dinner. We're going to dinner, and walking out of the hotel, and I got a guy in full freaking Mario garb from Mario Brothers, standing at the front desk checking in. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, people are calling in. That's right.
Yes. Oh,
that is
yes,
it.
That's
yes.
it. That's it.
Okay,
That's
hold
it.
on.
Oh, thank
Hang on.
God.
Who's the caller? Is it Gloria? Is this Gloria?
Hey, MJ, how you doing?
Hi, Gloria. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Thank you. You solved it. You're correct. What show was it where they confused CVS with CBS?
It was Veep.
Yes.
The best show ever.
Yes.
That was hysterical. Yeah, and I was trying to think because I was picturing Seinfeld because I was picturing Julia, but it was her in Veep.
Right. So what was the storyline on that? Refresh my memory.
That I don't remember,
Okay.
but I just recently binged the whole show, and I remember that because I've never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, so I was like, that can't be it.
Yeah, you ought to start watching that one as well. So,
okay.
so you totally just binged Veep?
Yes.
Yeah, Veep is very
found
funny.
It was so good.
Yep, Veep is very, very good.
That's what it was. It was an episode where Dan sleeps with Amy's sister after hearing her wrong in the bar and thinking she worked at CBS and then finding out she worked at CBS.
It's CVS drugstore instead of CVS. All right, Gloria, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Take it easy.
you too. Have a great weekend. All right, go to my Instagram, Fester.
Oh, I can't wait.
Go to, shut up.
I'm serious.
Go to, have you seen the Mario guy?
I did. I saw it. I didn't click it because I was looking at all the tiles.
I'm like, what is going on? So if you haven't seen this, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and there is a guy in Mario standing at the front desk. And then Mario's girl, is it Princess Peach?
Yeah, Princess Peach.
So I think the girl, the woman next to him, she's got
let me see.
She's got like a plaid jacket on, but there's like a pink frilly skirt, and then like the socks and the shoes. I think the woman is dressed like Princess Peach. The guy is dressed as freaking Mario. So I call out Mario, and initially he doesn't even pay attention to me. It's like, dude, you're standing at the front desk at the Hilton, and you are dressed as Mario. All right, refresh this and bring the audio up. All right, you ready? Refresh and go. Hurry up. Bring up the audio. Listen.
I'm near Philadelphia at our hotel. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I got Mario over here. Mario. Hey. How you doing?
The guy's looking at me. He's looking at me like I'm nuts. Dude, you're an adult man dressed as Mario with blue overalls, the red shirt, the red hat. My God, I'm like, hey, where's Luigi?
And where's the plunger, the toilet plunger?
What the hell's wrong with you? I'm in Philadelphia, and I don't know what's going on here. It's the Saturday before Halloween. That's all the parties.
All right, listen, there was no...
all the adult parties were Saturday.
That is true.
There was no party at the hotel.
They're coming home from one. They're getting a hotel. They're going to have role-play sex in the room. These little mushrooms are going to go from small to big. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, they went to a party. What time is it?
Don't say that.
What time of day is this?
This was like 6 o'clock at night. We had a 6:30 dinner reservation.
So they're probably checking in and then going to their party.
At our hotel just outside of Philly on last Saturday night, there was a huge wedding. There was a huge Indian wedding. All right. Tons of family members. There was a big Indian wedding, and there was also some 50-year high school reunion. There was no Halloween dress-up party at the hotel.
Well, maybe
somewhere else. It's a hotel.
Yeah, and it was that night. But even if you want to go that route, maybe like you said, Fester, maybe they're just two parents out on the town. They're like, let's do it like we like to and dress up and do role play.
All right, it's a 10.
All right, I don't know about that.
It's a 10-second video. If you want to see this guy is Mario at the hotel front desk, and he's looking at me like I've got a third eyeball in the middle of my forehead. All right, the video's on my Instagram. Go take a look at it and comment if you want. Certified MJ Radio. That is Certified MJ Radio. And give me a follow if you so desire. All right, we've got a P. Diddy pile. Man, we've got more Sean Diddy Combs today.
I took a P. Diddy break last night. I didn't even Google him. I just needed a break. So let's get back into the pile today.
Well,
something always happens.
We'll do that in a few minutes, so stand by. All right, Fester, the two things.
Yes.
All right, first let's do the Tampa observation. So you're watching CBS last night.
Yes.
And I've never heard of the show. What's the name of the show?
It's called Elsbeth. 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 And it's about this very quirky female character who is brought into the New York City Police Department to be an observer of their practices. She's not a cop. She's not a lawyer in this.
Whoa. Wait a sec.
It's like an internal auditor.
Hold on a minute. I'm not aware of a lot of the network shows these days because the time that we have, Michelle and I, we're watching a lot of the streaming stuff on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, Paramount. So we've got a pile of the great streaming shows that we just haven't gotten to. We're totally backed up. Listen, things shift and change. I'm not watching a lot of network television these days, but the show you just described, I'm aware of another show, I think it's on ABC, where this crime solver is like the janitor at the police station or something?
Yeah, the daughter from Hacks. That's DJ from Hacks.
From Hacks.
Yeah, she was on Always Sunny in Philadelphia too.
Yeah. But
I forget her name.
Plays the part where she is
super smart.
She's like some genius janitor. Or she's part of the cleaning crew at the police station, and then she goes from like mopping the ladies' room to solving crimes. Is that it?
Yes, highly capable, I don't know, I forget. I saw one episode of that, and that's a decent show too. High Potential. I don't know if that's it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The show's called High Potential. All right, so you're watching Elsbert. What is it called?
Okay, Elsbeth. It's and she's like she doesn't work for New York City Police necessarily, but she was like an observer of their practice and make sure everything. And she actually is smarter than all the cops, and she kind of figures out the crimes before they do, and she's one step ahead of them. And she's really quirky and cute in that oddball way.
Elsbeth. On CBS.
Like Elizabeth without the Liz part in it.
All right, so you're watching last night, and there's a Tampa reference on this Elsbeth.
Okay. So they talk about
Elsbeth.
They talk about this. I don't know if this drug is real or not, but they talk about this drug called the devil's breath, where you can it's like if you get roofied with this devil's breath, you black out, but you do things that you forget. Like, so somebody can use you to assassinate somebody, then you wake up in the morning and you don't remember it, but you're the guy that did the crime.
Scopolamine.
Can you look?
Scopolamine is what devil's breath is.
Okay.
What is it?
The official name is scopolamine.
Yeah.
Scopolamine?
They use that word in there.
And so devil's breath is a real drug?
Yeah, it's a natural or synthetically produced tropane alkaloid that's used to treat motion sickness,
scopolamine,
and nausea, and vomiting. It's also sometimes used before surgery.
So it's wait a minute. So it's like Dramamine that makes you do crazy crap and forget about it.
No, they pointed it out that even in the show they said, "Hey, wait, hold on, my mom takes that for motion sickness," and the doctor's like, "Yes, in small doses, but in large quantities, you're awake and you're under somebody else's control."
All right, so what is this audio bite I'm playing?
So the story's about this actress who was given this devil's breath and she shoots somebody while she's under the spell of this drug, right? But she's supposed to be in recovery, and she's like, and
there's a reference to the Tampa Bay area.
So Elsbeth asks her, "Are you sober?" And she goes, "No, I'm not sober. I'm Tampa sober."
What?
Tampa sober.
What the hell is Tampa sober? I've never heard that before.
She explains what it means.
Hang on. Let's this is from CBS.
Last night's Elsbeth.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go.
And that was taken months ago when I was still getting high.
You don't get high anymore?
No, I'm Tampa sober. Just booze and Xanax.
Wait a minute.
What?
Tampa
How
sober?
dare they talk about us like that?
Booze and Xanax and on national network television, they're calling that your Tampa sober.
That's true. This is a find. I'm glad you brought this to our attention.
When you're on booze and Xanax, it's called Tampa sober. I've never heard of this in my life.
Roxanne is so surprised because you just realized she is Tampa sober.
I was like, how do they know about how I spend my weekends?
How do they know everything?
No,
about
that's Tuesday night for Roxanne.
But I'm like, Tampa sober. I've never heard that.
Let me hear this again.
And that was taken months ago when I was still getting high.
You don't get high anymore?
No, I'm Tampa sober. Just booze and Xanax.
What?
We gotta,
okay, I'm Googling Tampa sober. Nobody's talking about this on the internet. This
we got to go to phones.
It is
this
not
is
a
crazy.
thing. They just legit picked a city out of the blue.
Yeah, who decided to drag Tampa into this? Does anyone have any insight into Tampa sober? Has anybody ever heard of this terminology? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
And that was taken months ago when I was still getting high.
You don't get high anymore?
No, I'm Tampa sober. Just booze and Xanax.
All right, come on. Has anyone ever heard of that expression? 800-990-1047. Hit the phones right now here on the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM.
I mean, if we can't find it, and we're pretty savvy around here as far as finding things goes.
You mean Google?
Yeah, I mean, we know how to type. If we can't find it, I don't know how many people will have heard of it, but I tell you, how many people are Tampa sober?
Well, you know what? You know what we've got to look into is
well.
we've got to see who wrote this show, who writes the lines for this
Yeah.
show. The writers of this, they had some inspiration
Yeah,
somehow or another.
Is one of the writers from Tampa?
Yeah.
Listen, there are a ton of pilled up South Tampa mommies out there,
Well,
okay?
in any,
All right.
pick any city across the United States.
Yes, Andrew. And he's screening calls. Andrew, did you have something to add to this? Andrew, our producer.
He's working hard back there.
Andrew, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I did a little search on other cities. New York sober, for example, is the individual doesn't drink but uses cocaine.
That's New York. New York sober, no booze, but snorting coke. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, Andrew, screen those calls. Does anyone know what Tampa sober is? Have you ever heard of this? Well, apparently Tampa sober in the TV show is booze and Xanax.
Yeah, and we know California sober is pot.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. You don't drink, but you still smoke weed. You're California sober.
Sounds like this is just totally invented. They just picked.
They did. The writers did.
It could have been Miami sober. It could have been Withlacoochee sober.
Ooh, that's what I am.
Or Cleveland sober.
Yeah, what a dump.
All right, 800-990-1047. Andrew's screening some calls right now. And then we got to move on to Fester's Halloween scare.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But not like a good Halloween scare? Not.
No. Hang on.
A legitimate scare.
Yeah, all right, we'll get to that in a second. First, Scott in Brandon. Scott, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, morning, guys. Hey, my daughter, she lives up in Hancock, Michigan. It's the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And she'll always say, yeah, I'm Hancock sober. Because, she used to drink a lot. Now she just gets high. So I think it's just whatever town you're from. Like I was saying, it could be, hey, I'm Gibsonton sober, or I'm Clearwater Beach sober. Or that's what I think. Maybe it's just, just whatever town you might be in. But I have heard that Hancock sober before.
Gotcha. All right, thank you, Scott. So
hey, good luck, Roxanne, on your Tampa sober this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take one for me.
Yeah, Roxanne's going to be all vodka'd up and just popping Xanax like
pretty much
like Skittles. All right. In fact, don't you dye your Xanax bars like
of course.
like colors of Skittles?
Yeah.
Like Taste the Rainbow?
Hey, I did say
Taste the Xanax.
All jokes aside, you do remember.
I don't think you chew them.
Honestly, I've only taken Valium to fly to Italy, right?
Okay, all right.
And before like a medical procedure, of course. But remember when I sent you guys that video and I was on Valium on my plane flight?
Oh, and then you were drinking booze? You were all looped
No,
up?
I wasn't drinking booze as well. I just took
Is that
it.
the one we got?
Hi,
Is that the one where the air marshal had to put you in the nylon
Yeah.
handcuffs?
I
Is that the
remember,
one?
Yes.
I remember you sent us a video of you on a plane, and MG's like, what the hell is this?
Look at these.
They had to duct tape Roxanne to the seat.
By the forehead.
Yeah. All right, let me grab one more call on this. Jessica in Clearwater. Hi, Jessica. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. In regards to this Tampa sober thing, I'm a medical assistant, so I work in the medical field. I have never heard of this. You're either sober or you're not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, by clinical definition, you're right. You're either sober or you're not.
Yeah,
However,
we don't think that the actual term exists. That some writer that clearly has some connection to the Tampa Bay area dropped in Tampa sober. All right.
Maybe it's somebody who
Thanks.
dated someone from Tampa and is like, oh, that chick was crazy.
All right, if you're just tuning in, before I move on, I'll play the clip one more time. Elsbeth, a CBS police drama?
yeah, it's a good show.
All right, on CBS last night, Festa was watching.
And that was taken months ago when I was still getting high. You don't get high anymore? No. I'm Tampa sober. Just booze and Xanax.
So great. Now the whole country thinks that Tampa sober means that you're all boozed up on Xanny bars.
I mean, if the whole country is old ladies who watch Elsbeth on Thursday night.
Hey, don't forget clocks go back early Sunday morning. Why are you looking at me puzzled? The clocks go back this Sunday morning at 2 a.m.
I think with the exception of my 2010 car,
right,
I have no clocks to physically put back.
Well, I'm a mechanical watch guy, so I've got to put my watch back.
I just ride it out for 6 months. It'll
So
be right eventually.
when you go to bed Saturday night, middle of the night, 2 a.m. Sunday morning, we go back. I'm going to try to be awake so I can watch the time go back on my Verizon cell phone.
It's like when I was a kid, I used to stay up till midnight to watch the little dot go off on my alarm clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's this weekend.
All right, and then the Bucks. We'll tell Festa's story right in a minute. The Bucks. I'm sorry. Oof. The Bucks.
So the Bucks. They're missing Mike Evans still.
Yeah, the Bucks are headed to.
Godwin's out.
Bucks are headed to Kansas City. The Bucks are playing the Chiefs. Oh boy. So let me tell you what I think is going to happen. The Bucks are going to Kansas City to play Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Bucks are missing Mike Evans. They're missing Chris Godwin. Key receivers, obviously. Let me tell you what. My prediction is the Bucks are going to Kansas City. We're going to see gluteus maximus delivered dexterously. We're
going to see
all right. So we're going to see gluteus maximus delivered dexterously.
We're going to see a well-moving ass?
No, we're going to see their asses handed to them. All right? That's the translation.
I don't know
Gluteus maximus delivered dexterously?
I don't know Latin football smack. All right, Socrates.
The translation is the Bucks are going to have their asses handed to them. Oh, and it's not this weekend. It's Monday Night Football.
Right.
So don't look for the Bucks playing on Sunday. It'll be the Bucks and the Kansas City Chiefs Monday night on ABC and ESPN.
So Chiefs are probably the best team in the league. The other best team in the league is the Detroit Lions with one loss that the Buccaneers gave them.
That's cool. Things changed quite rapidly. I mean, at this point, we're probably not even headed to the playoffs. I don't know if it's a wild card possibility, but I don't think it's going to be pretty on Monday Night Football. On Monday night.
Hey, go Bucks. We'll see how it goes.
You know what I didn't hear of? And this will be a great segue into your Halloween scare story. What I did not hear of, I didn't hear of any kids being swallowed up by debris piles on the news.
That was, thank goodness.
I watched the 11 o'clock news. I watched some of the early news shows before we started this morning at 6 a.m. I saw no breaking news reports from around the Tampa Bay area. Breaking news. No kids were apparently swallowed up by debris piles. Remember all the concern, all the warnings out there? Oh, my God, we're concerned about the trick-or-treaters and the debris. Listen, I don't think the trick-or-treaters are going to jump on piles of drywall with screws and wood flooring that had to be ripped up out of houses because of the storm surge with nails sticking out of it. Yeah, I didn't hear of any stories where kids were hurt in debris piles while trick-or-treating.
All right, so that's the great irony of giving warnings.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me some drywall to eat.
All right, over there, kid, help yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with giving warnings. If it doesn't happen, then you can always say, oh, the warnings worked.
Yeah.
See, all the warnings.
This PSA really made a difference.
Yeah, well, look at that. No kids got enveloped by this debris pile.
And then a spooky, scary Halloween issue with Fester and the family as Fester's 8-year-old son, Hudson, went missing. All right, so this put a scare into you and your wife, obviously, right?
It was not a good evening. Most of the evening was good until it wasn't.
You can't tell the 45-minute story you tried to tell me on the phone last night. Kind of truncate it down to maybe 32. Okay.
Listen.
All right. What happened?
All right. So Halloween last night, we go to a different neighborhood. My daughter was at her best friend's house, and it's about 25, 30 minutes away. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just stay in that area. And
you're the people that do that.
I'm the one.
You're trolling other neighborhoods.
My daughter's in the trick-or-treating with her friend, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not driving all the way home just to pick her up an hour and a half later.
Tell you what, our neighborhood was much lighter last night. We did not have anywhere near the trick-or-treaters. I'll tell you what, we're in Beach Park in South Tampa, and we have a lot of trick-or-treaters that come from other areas.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of the fine folks from like West Tampa that come in because it's an easy neighborhood to walk. You got, a bunch of houses that, give out good quality candy.
That's right.
So for years and years, we had a lot of folks from around Tampa, and a lot of West Tampa folks will come to the West Shore area, and the kids, I didn't see anywhere near the West Tampa and other area trick-or-treaters coming to our neighborhood. So I think it's a product of the hurricane. But overall, I would say our trick-or-treaters were down 50% from last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So what happened?
This neighborhood is really into Thanksgiving, into Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people really go all out. A couple of people have whole haunted houses in their front yard. It's really a big deal. Tons of kids, big open area, wide streets, big sidewalks. So I said, let's just stay here. We'll walk with Hudson. Hadley can walk with her friend. When it's over, she'll give us a call. We'll pick her up. So we walk around the loop. We hit about, 50 houses, a lot of houses. And then my wife's like, all right,
Was candy quality good?
It really was.
Overall?
I didn't realize how good it was until I started picking my favorites once the kids were asleep.
Milk duds?
Yeah.
I like milk duds.
We had, some milk duds, a lot of big fun-size Snickers bars, which...
Hold on, that's an oxymoron. There are no big fun size.
Okay, it was the...
Fun size is now freaking, thimble sized.
Snickers makes like a niblet. It's like a half-inch by half-inch square. So that wasn't the case. But, a couple of people with full-size bars. I think we got a full-size Milky Way.
You got to call that
Reese's.
a jokelet. Because some of these candies are so small now, it's a joke.
So we walk the loop.
Mm-hmm.
We get back to where we're parked, and my wife's like, you know what? I'm done for the day with this. She's over trick or treating.
It gets to be enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
And Hadley hasn't called us yet to get picked up. So I'm like, listen. And Hudson's like, hey, can we go down one of these side streets? And I'm like, look, you wait in the car. I'll walk with the kid. So we start walking down. We go into this cul-de-sac. It's about maybe a quarter mile long with little finger roads. And we get to the end. We're turning around. We talk to all the families. I'm wearing my Kool-Aid shirt that a listener sent in. So I have my red ball cap on, a Kool-Aid shirt. People are walking by me saying, oh, yeah. I'm looking at them. Oh, yeah.
If you missed this from yesterday's show, some listeners sent Fester a bright red 4X Kool-Aid shirt. And it's the Kool-Aid face.
Yeah.
Fester puts it on. His body shape looks just like a picture of Kool-Aid.
Identical.
And Fester's running around saying,
Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every house walks up to me. Hey, Kool-Aid.
You know what? You could have smashed through fences.
I could have.
And, there are so many fences that are damaged.
Yeah.
Have you seen the number? I mean, roofs and fences, the number of fences that were ripped apart by Milton.
Crazy.
So,
yeah.
I didn't cause any destruction, but I did joke with a lot of people. And Hudson got a lot of candy. And we get to the end of the cul-de-sac. Now we're walking back to the car. And Hudson turns to me and says, "Can I run ahead?" And I look at him, and now listen, he's with Dad now. He's not with Dad and Mom. He's just with me. So he knows the rules.
How far is the car when he says, "Can I run ahead"?
Maybe 200 or 300 yards.
Because you're not running anywhere.
I'm not running anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, you know what?
You're lumbering.
I'm thinking this kid's been choking down candy all night, sneaking as much of it as he can.
Let him get some sugar out.
Right. Let him burn some energy. I'm like, you know what, kid? You got it. Go ahead. Run. And he takes off. And he doesn't stop.
Oh, my. Like Forrest Gump.
And I'm not running anywhere.
Wow.
Right.
So I see him kind of turn the corner, and I'm like, "Hey, wait there!" And I don't see him, but I think he's waiting. So I get up to the corner, and he's not there. So I think he's at the next block. So I walk to the next block. Then I see a house that's really lively. A lot of people in the front yard.
He must be there.
I'm like, "Hey, did you guys see a little kid in an orange vest?" He ended up going as like a construction worker, right? And now he's gone for like 6 minutes, 8 minutes. Now I'm yelling, "Hudson! Hudson!" No, he's not answering.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, I have to eventually call my wife.
So is the panic starting to set in? You're starting to get that pit in your stomach?
Not the pit yet, but the feeling that this is escalating into something a little more serious than him just running a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I'm screaming for him. And a couple of the neighbors said, "You have a picture of him?" They put us on the community Facebook page. They put my number on the community Facebook page. So the whole neighborhood was really helping to find this brat. And he's just gone. So I have to call Allison. She's like,
"Oh, man, that's a call you don't want to make. Hey, honey." It's not like, "Honey, I shrunk the kids." It's, "Honey, I lost the kid."
So Allison answers the phone. She's like half asleep in the car, just waiting for us to be done. She goes, "You guys done?" I was like, "No, I lost Hudson."
Oh my
gosh.
God.
And she's like,
son of a...
That's when...
Then she asked me to repeat it, and she goes, "What?" I was like, "I lost Hudson. I have no idea where he is." And then
I have your little boy.
The string
$5 million.
Keep him.
All right.
Keep him. $5 million. See you, kid. It's been a good run. Listen. Then the string of profanity that my wife unleashed on me.
Oh, my God. Really?
So she gets out of the car, and she has no shame at all. She's yelling like a fire truck. "Hudson! Hudson!" She's drawing attention to herself where people are coming to try to help. Turns out the kid made it back to the circle where all the houses were and goes back to the haunted house, which is about a third of a mile away. He was really far. And another dad found him. I was talking to the dad. I was like, "I'm going left." He goes, "All right, I'll go right." He found the kid. And he was gone for legitimately 35 or 40 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
Allison's call.
Oh, my God.
We're in different areas of the neighborhood,
geez.
right? And Allison's like, "When do we call the police?"
Oh, my
And I'm like,
God.
5 minutes. And she's like, "You said that 5 minutes ago. And then you said that 5 minutes before that." Because 5 minutes was always my stall. "Hey, listen, just give me 5 more minutes and we'll call the police." 5 more minutes.
That
And
must have felt like 5 hours.
And then I'm thinking, then I'm walking up to these strangers' houses. "Hey, have you seen..."
Hello?
Hey, Allison,
Yes,
are you listening to this?
I am, and there are some holes that need to be filled in. The distances were a lot longer and further away than what he's making it sound like.
It's a big neighborhood. It's a large master developed
Dude,
community.
how can you take your eyes off your kid? How can you run ahead?
Go ahead, run. It's Halloween. Burn some energy. I thought he'd run, 30 yards, turn around, run back. He didn't run back.
But that's not how it happens ever. And so the first thing I asked him, I said, "Are you yelling his name?" And he's waited about 5-6 minutes before he started yelling for him. And so, like, I have no shame. I am screaming his name. People are coming, getting my phone number, and everybody in the whole freaking neighborhood. "Oh, yeah, I saw him.
You're about to put posters up on the telephone poles.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
But everybody knew who he was because they saw Dominic in the Kool-Aid shirt.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, he's with Mr. Kool-Aid." And I had to tell every single one of them, Mr. Kool-Aid lost him.
The Kool-Aid man lost his kid.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And he's gone. Like, he was just flat out gone. And it wasn't like he was gone for 10 minutes. He was gone for at least 45 minutes.
No, 35, 40 minutes. The kid was gone for a reasonable
Holy
amount.
I feel like when you lose your kid, that ages you, like, at least
Oh, you go into crazy mode.
Right.
You go into crazy mode.
I'm
and
sorry.
the thing is, though, I was
okay, what's the next step? They're putting it on their community Facebook page. Everybody has my phone number. Like, we're taking these steps, but I'm asking him, when are we calling the police?
Exactly.
When are we calling the police? And he's like, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. If I had heard 5 more minutes again, I was going to, like, jump and, like, tackle him. It's just, it was ridiculous.
All right, so Fester, you were mentioning to me that somebody called you?
So
or
one of the dads, the guy,
Right.
I don't know the guy. I may never see him again. His name is Eric.
Right.
And he's like, which way are you going to turn when you get to the
So
the
this
main street?
other dad named Eric is trying to help you find your
and I'm
missing
like,
kid.
I'm going to turn right. He goes, okay, I'll turn left. And he turned left. I went
Okay.
one way. And I'm still going down side streets. Eric apparently makes his way around the circle, looking, not yelling, but just looking for the description of the kid. And he sees Hudson walking by himself, having the best time
Right.
ever. I mean, he's not crying. He's not looking
Just
for mommy and daddy.
on his own.
Yeah, he's living his best life.
And Hudson is 7 or 8.
He just turned 8.
Just turned 8.
You know, a year or so ago, he'd be crying because he was lost.
All right, now he's all Mr. Independent he's on a voyage.
And so this guy does everything to identify Hudson, and Hudson does everything that breaks every stranger danger rule.
Yep.
He's like, hi, is your name Hudson? Yes. Hey, come with me. I know your daddy.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah, come look at the puppies in my car.
Right. And,
hey, I have candy in my car. Yeah, it's Halloween.
Then Hudson, he goes, is your daddy wearing a Kool-Aid shirt? He's like, yeah, my fat daddy.
yeah.
So
Oh, my gosh.
he identifies Hudson, and
Oh, good God.
how's he going to contact me? I didn't give this guy my number. Hudson knows my number because
Right.
he starts singing the MJ Morning Show song. He goes, oh, I know my dad's number, 813-310-8444, off of the song that one of the listeners
Right.
made,
Oh, my gosh.
mocking
Thank
my
God.
cell phone number. My kid has the song song memorized, the number memorized. He's like, yeah. Eric calls me, he goes, is this Dominic? And I'm like, yes. He goes, I have Hudson. I'm like, great. Where are you? And he tells me where he goes. He goes, your kid was singing
Your phone number.
to me.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, I never thought of teaching my kid my number in a song. I go, yeah, neither did I. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
pal."
because Fester's cell phone is the worst kept secret. 813-310-8444 is Fester's private cell phone
It's
number.
not even a secret anymore. It's
No.
just out in the
Just
world.
everyone knows it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Eric didn't know your phone number.
Yeah, and then, I meet Eric, 6 or 8 minutes later, and Hudson's just having the best time.
Great.
He's like, hey, look who it is, his dad.
Did
I'm
he
like,
understand that you guys were worried sick, that you didn't know where he went, that he can't do that?
I mean, Allison.
Well, see, that's just it, MJ. He wasn't in the wrong. He was told by his father, go run ahead and just have fun. There were no stipulations on it. There were no, wait at this house and I'm going to meet you. It was completely Dominic's fault. It wasn't Hudson's fault.
So we couldn't yell at the kid as much, instead, everybody took this opportunity to yell, and rightfully so, at me. And
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
But then after everything's said and done, we have our baby, we're good to go. Hudson goes, where's my candy? And Dominic was the one holding his candy.
Hold on, did you drop his candy bag in the frantic search for your kid?
Okay, so these large communities, a lot of parents.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Is that an oh yeah?
I'm carrying this 5-pound bag of candy looking for this kid. I'm like, this bag of candy is slowing me down. And then, MJ, all the parents, a lot of them had, coolers for the adults, right?
Yeah.
So,
with high noons and.
One guy had shots of Fireball.
Oh yeah, that's a big trend. I noticed it.
Fireball.
While I don't love Fireball, I'm not mad at it either. So I took he goes, take 2. So I took 2 little roadies of Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking, I'm going to be calling the cops. They're going to look in my pocket and see booze. They're going to think I'm some alcoholic, degenerate father.
Hey, Fireball!
Oh, my God. How good would Kool-Aid and Fireball be? Right? That'd be all right. But, so I'm pitching out my booze, and kids are probably finding it walking to school this morning. What a mess. Anyway, we got the kid back. I found where I ditched the candy bag, so we got all the candy back.
All right.
But
that story is terrifying. I'm sorry you guys went through that.
No, it is. And Allison, I'm sure you got a couple of gray hairs over that thing. That aged you up a little bit.
You better believe it. I lost my voice and I got gray hair.
Oh, boy. All right, Allison, I'm sorry for the experience, but listen, it had a happy ending, and
It does.
he didn't end up like in a witch's oven in the woods or anything. Okay. All right.
Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.
You know, I feel for you, Fester. And last night while we were trick-or-treating, I had 2 grandparents, 1 nanny, and then the 4 adults, me, my husband, and my sister and her husband. And we had a hard time keeping track of our kids, because what I notice now, this is turning into parents sitting outside at their tables, talking, drinking, shots of fireball. Like it turns into a social thing for the parents. And there were times I said to my 3 other adult, people in my family, I said, "Hey, does anyone know where our children are right now?" And it was okay because they're all with the grandparents and with the sitter, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't think we knocked on any doors. All the families in this community had little things set up in their front yard. So it was a big social event. But it did have a lot of people looking for the boy, which we found he's in one piece.
Thank goodness.
I mean, the last thing you want is like some Adam Walsh cretin cruising through the neighborhood,
Then I'm thinking, I'm going to be at a press conference tomorrow morning with Sheriff
God.
Naco.
You were in Pasco?
It was Wesley Chapel. It was in Wesley Chapel.
okay.
So we're at Pasco County. I'm like, who's this? Sheriff Naco's going to come out here with his crew. I'm going to be doing a press conference tomorrow. This is my son. If you found him, please call. Which is a nightmare all the way around. All this is going through your head.
8:15 at the MJ Morning Show on a Friday. Lots of stuff to do. I printed out this email. I got to share this email in a few minutes. What do I do with it?
It's a good email or a bad email?
Lost respect for your wife.
Oh, it's a good email.
Well, so I mentioned this on the air, and I dug up the email. I want to share this in just a minute. Yeah, the weirdest things torque listeners off. I mean, you never know. People get so invested in our show.
Which is good and bad.
I like that, but man, some people just take things way too literally and seriously. It's like, dude, calm down. I get to that in a minute. Did you see that an arrest was made? The maniac that left the explosive type devices at the Hard Rock Cafe, or the Hard Rock Casino, rather. Well, there's a Hard Rock Cafe in there too.
Was that like 2 months ago or something, or 3 months ago?
I think it was like last month. I think it was September.
Like in bathrooms?
I think it was in, actually, it's now November 1st today. So it was 2 months ago. It was way back in September. You know what? October feels like a blur because of the hurricanes. We had the first Hurricane Helene was September 26th. And then we had 12 days later, we had Milton. I mean, it's like October was like a blink and a blur,
It really was. And it's a, long month, 31 days.
So if you remember,
it's a long month. It's no February, that's for sure.
It's no February.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to a month. They need to just add like a month. We need like 32 days in a month.
What I need right now is a good 30-day month.
All right.
Yeah, me too. November.
Well, guess what?
Well,
welcome to November, 30 days. All right. This dude was arrested. This is the wacko that left these incendiary devices in the bathroom at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and Cafe in Tampa. So they made an arrest. Tell you what, this is some good police work there, Lou. No, seriously. So a guy was arrested. There was a huge investigation involving multiple agencies to try to figure out who did this. In September, who left these like explosive incendiary type devices at the Hard Rock. Yeah, FDLE was involved, Hillsborough County Sheriffs. You had the Seminole Police.
Yes.
The Tribe Police. Yeah, so September 30th, they evacuated the casino twice. This was inside of a 12-hour period because these suspicious devices were found in the men's bathroom. The description was it was a crude concealed device. It had like fireworks attached to them. I don't know whether firecrackers or Anyway, an arrest was made. Brian Robert Eckley, 46 years old, from Tampa, is the suspect. So Brian Robert Eckley was arrested on Wednesday, charged with 2 counts of making, possessing, throwing, projecting, placing, or discharging a destructive device with the intent to cause harm according to the FDLE Commissioner, Mark Glass. So if you look, they've got his mugshot. They also have an image of him on Hard Rock surveillance video.
That's his driver's license. That's not a mugshot.
That's his driver's license?
Yeah, that's the picture that the state has on file of your face.
All right, so that's his driver's license. Then to the right, that's a video clip or a freeze frame
from the security camera.
From the security. Listen, the last place that you want to commit a crime or do is at a casino.
You are on camera at every angle.
Listen, the minute you walk into a casino, they've got a camera up your butt. It's like you're getting a colonoscopy.
It's the colonoscopy casino.
There it is. Oh, that's a good name for a casino.
You know what their new game is? Brown Jack.
Oh.
All right, I'm just going to let that one go. You're either laughing or you're not.
Stop.
It's all right.
All right. So the dude wore a mask, and then he went through all these efforts to try to conceal himself and hide his identity. He used a burner cell phone so they couldn't, ping him at the casino. So he had a burner, wore a mask.
So he's wearing, the COVID mask, but he's wearing it from the bottom of his eyeballs to the bottom of where your beard trim line would be. The whole chin.
This is just bizarre. Used an alias, but then it gets even weirder.
Who do you have to use an alias with?
Listen to this. According to the FDLE, Eckley did everything he could to hide from law enforcement, according to the Tampa Bay FDLE special agent in charge, Mark Brutinel. But thanks to the exceptional work of this investigative and forensic team, he will be held accountable for his actions. So he was, this is where he gets even more intense in how he tried to cover his tracks. So he was seen on video around the casino driving a white Ford that he bought under an alias, and he paid cash for the vehicle. My God. And then on, this is nuts. On September 27th, he was also arrested by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office for aggravated assault with a firearm. So wait a minute, that was previous. So even after.
So the 25th was
my God.
The 25th of September was the hotel.
Well, I think the hotel was September 30th was the evacuation. So this guy's on a crime spree, apparently. But just the methods that he used to try to cover his tracks, what was his motive? Did he lose at blackjack? Was he pissed off at the Seminole tribe? I mean,
good question. Was he just looking for a spot with a lot of people to cause damage and fear?
Well, these devices weren't going to cause any real damage. They were these incendiary devices, apparently with some fireworks attached.
He's going away for 30 years potentially for this idiotic move.
Was he pissed off the sports book? It's now legal in Florida.
He's just not a big fan of that Post Malone bus commercial that I see everywhere. I've never wanted to join a sports book as much as I do the Seminole Hard Rock sports book because of that Post Malone commercial. I love it.
Want to bet $80,000 like Post Malone?
You bet.
Yeah.
This Brian guy, I mean, his name doesn't seem familiar, but his face looks so familiar.
He looks normal, too.
Yeah.
The guy's driver's license photo doesn't look like a guy that's going to leave bombs in bathrooms at casinos.
I mean, for better or worse, if I told you this guy left bombs in a casino, you might have a preconceived idea of what he might look like, and this is nothing like that.
He looks like a contractor that once worked on my house or something, you know?
I've seen that face before. He might have been.
He's got one of those faces that looks familiar.
Yeah. Every middle-aged white guy.
But what ticked this guy off? What's the motive? I want to know what was the motive for this guy to do that. That just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so this guy, and I mentioned this earlier in the week. We were talking about, what are you laughing at?
I thought of a joke that I can't say on the radio.
Okay.
It involves the Seminole Tribe Police Department.
Okay.
And all the questions they asked.
All right, stop.
I mean, asking questions is the way is good police work.
Right.
By asking more questions.
Right.
By asking, how?
All right, stop.
How?
Yeah, I knew you were going. I'd stop.
How? Also, right. Who, what, when, where, why. Yeah.
But
those are good news reporter questions as well.
But how?
I got you.
All right.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear. So earlier this week, I can't remember what sucked me into it, but I mentioned about us traveling this weekend. You know, we're flying to Fort Lauderdale instead of driving for 4.5 hours. I can get on a Spirit Airlines flight, spend 40 minutes, and land in Fort Lauderdale. And we're flying Spirit, and I bought my tickets like a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
$38.99 a seat. I mean, come on. I can't drive that cheaply.
No.
$38.99 for an Airbus 320 ride. And granted, the plane looks like a big giant flying bottle of French's mustard, but I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. $38.99 for my dad's birthday this weekend. So Michelle had said something on the air, and she was joking around. Do you remember what it was? Michelle had said something about, I know what it was. We had the story about the father that put the kid, like a 5-year-old kid, back in coach while the father flew business class up front on a flight. And this 5-year-old was kind of annoying. The seatmate or the guy next to the kid back in coach said, you know what? I'm going to teach this dad a lesson. The guy back in coach was teaching the kid, the 5-year-old, all kinds of curse words and rude phrases during the entire long flight.
That's awesome.
And then I had Michelle on, and Michelle made some kind of comment that, when we fly, we're not putting our kids in the back of the plane.
Well, you made the comment of how Michelle wouldn't separate them from you guys and put them in coach.
Because I'm like, listen, they're little kids. Why do I need to put them in business class if we're taking a long trip? And whether I'm using mileage, most of the time I'm using mileage or I'm using points, credit card to upgrade. Or sometimes just with airline frequent flyer, you get upgraded. But I on some of the trips we've taken, I'm like, let the kids fly in the back. I mean, come on. They're 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. Why? Let's get a cheaper seat for them. Anyway, so Michelle made a comment. I'm not doing that. They're not second-class citizens. Michelle was joking around. Folks. Yeah. Michelle and I are flying Spirit Airlines for $38.99 a seat this weekend.
Yeah, Michelle said that with all humor and puns intended.
Yes, hello. Right. So I found the email from Max.
Oh, Max.
Max. And he sent this on October 23rd, and I wanted to share the email. Seriously, Michelle? Kids who sit in the coach section are second-class citizens? Miss Hoity-Toity? Wow, Todd, you have a real winner here. But then again, you're just like her. At least the truth finally came out of her.
Man.
Oh, my God. Similar to you calling people losers because they don't want or can't afford a brand new car?
You don't do that.
What
You've
is
never
this?
done that.
What is this guy talking about?
I've never heard you say anything like that.
But won't get a second vehicle with your 40-car garage, and then
do you have a 40-car garage?
I do. I did. and then the guy puts my a little intimidation, puts my address in the email.
Okay, big deal. Yeah, right. So what?
Then he puts my address in the email, and then signed second-class citizen. And of course, he's got an email that's like Max 227756222175221 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's trying to be all good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Max, the wrong guy to send a threatening email to is MJ. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm not going to get into it, but the last guy you want to rattle his cage is this guy, right, pal?
We'll find you.
Listen,
we'll find you.
I've seen MJ find people living under rocks.
Already have.
Okay. Listen, all right. Listen.
Already have.
With all respect to all parties involved.
You think you can hide behind Max 2271165 at yahoo.com.
If you want to disagree with the show, that's one thing. If you want to call our wives hoity-toity, great. If you want to be a dick to us, that's okay. Thank you for listening. You want to try to get
don't do a subtle threat with my house.
The wrongest person is the guy sitting across from me.
And then, to put the address but yet you don't have a 40-car garage, so that's not
I don't have a 40-car garage. It's ridiculous.
So 36.
And guess what? We have one car.
Right, 36-car garage with one car sitting in it.
We don't
parked the
stop.
long way.
We have one car right now, and that got flooded by Helene.
All right.
And that car was totaled. And luckily, we ordered a new car. So I'll let you know how that whole thing goes. So that should be built, kind of quickly here.
What's this guy's first name again?
Who?
What's this guy's first name?
Well, he's Max.
Max?
It's not
All right,
Max. That's not the name of this.
Whoever you are, Max,
Yeah.
you're on some list that you don't even know about. I'll tell you right now, pal.
But I mean, listen, I'm not trying to exact revenge.
No.
I'm just saying, folks, you're taking things way too seriously. My God.
All right, leave Max alone. Let's stop talking about this creep.
Anyway, I thought I'd
You never know what's
share that little story with you. What were you saying?
You never know what's going to fire people up.
All right, so I'm getting a text that I have absolutely no way of validating or certifying from somebody who knew Eckley, the hotel bomber.
Well, no, the hotel incendiary device lever.
Apologies.
Okay.
Apologies for the
He
misidentification.
He didn't bomb the place.
I don't know if you actually have to bomb a place to be called the bomber. Anyway, he left. He says he was a contractor, worked with this guy's nephew, and he developed a very bad gambling habit and lost a lot. He wanted to exact revenge on the responsible party, which he viewed as the casino. I replied back, really? He goes, yes, he felt the casino caused his addiction, and he lost everything to gambling. I asked what kind of contractor he was, and it says he was a roofing contractor out of Plant City.
You know, I said,
looked like a contractor.
Wow.
So, anyway,
right, so
I don't know how true this
we
is.
don't know if that's true. Fester just got a text. I don't know if the story's true, but I mean, it seems like it's plausible if you have some kind of vendetta and you're leaving explosive type devices in the bathroom at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. You got some kind of beef somewhere, right?
So if
Sounds like it.
If it's not true, hey, listen, apologies to all. If it is true, you heard it here first.
Tell you what, I'll tell you what's the bomb.
Oh no. What?
Council Oak, man. That's an incredible
you
restaurant.
love that.
I love Council Oak at the Hard Rock, man.
And you have a name with your, Andrew doesn't he? One of the knives with your name on it or something?
No, I was never special to them.
No, I got a
Okay,
knife.
you
So
do.
when they first opened up
Somebody does.
years ago, I got a steak knife from Council Oak with my name inscribed. I still have the knife at home.
Yeah, I got the knife too, except they spelled Fester wrong and it was fatter. Okay, here's your knife, MJ. Here's your knife, Froggy. Here's your knife, fatter. I'm like, it's Fester.
Yeah. All right, so
It's a great knife.
I'm starting to get our Thanksgiving in order. I ordered our turkey yesterday, and I'm all hoity-toity. No, listen, you want to, if you can, find a local raised or a Florida raised turkey.
Where's there a turkey farm in Florida?
Well, there are several.
Okay.
So yesterday, you've heard me mention the Boozy Pig.
Right?
Yeah, the restaurant.
Yeah. So yesterday I placed my order, and they've got fresh farm-raised Florida turkeys that they're selling, and I placed my order yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very exciting because I learned how to fry a turkey, not burn the whole place down. I learned how to do that, probably 15. Been frying turkeys for a while.
Hey, you learned how to burn a place down with a turkey fryer from me. Okay, so I have to ask, how much is a Boozy Pig farm raised turkey?
Oh, they're not that expensive.
$50?
No, I
75?
I had to put a $40 deposit down, and it's going to depend on the final weight.
The weight, okay.
So the category that I ordered was, because we're going to have 12 people over. I don't know where the hell this came from, but we're going to have 12 people. So we have, Michelle said, hey, she did the math and all the other stuff. She gets a honey baked ham every time.
Oh, yum.
And then we're going to make those, what are the crazy mashed potatoes with the crazy amount of butter, the Joel Robichaud.
Oh, yes.
Robichaud? Look that up. Type in Joel mashed potato recipe.
But the main ingredient is butter.
Oh, it is.
Mashed potatoes is the side ingredient.
No,
You
really.
add a little mashed potatoes.
Type in Joel mashed potato recipe. All right. The best, what's the guy's name? Hold on. Joel.
I'm still looking.
Yeah, hang on.
Perfect mashed potatoes with Joel.
He's like a French chef. What's his name? Is it Joel Roba? Yeah, Robuchon. There it is. Yeah. So, folks, for Thanksgiving, I'm telling you right now, look up, and you got to get like the ricer. You got to get the special like mashed potato ricer because you got to use that thing with the crank, and you got to crank the. Michelle knows how to do all this, and the amount of butter that goes in these potatoes, you're like, get the bleep out. There's no way. I'm telling you right now. This guy, this Joel Robuchon, he died of like a coronary disease, I think, from all the butter. No, seriously, he's not alive anymore.
They actually embalmed him with his own mashed potatoes.
But these mashed potatoes, the Joel Robuchon mashed potato recipe is like world famous. The guy made his name like with these mashed potatoes. The amount of butter, it's like comical. That you put into these mashed potatoes. And you got to use a certain type of potato. And I'm telling you right now, these are unbelievable. So Michelle's going to make that. So, the turkey. So I think they probably still have spots. If you want to get a great fresh turkey, contact the Boozy Pig on Cypress in Tampa. So the Boozy Pig and their meat market, their butcher market, the Boozy Pig is going to have, they have the fresh turkeys, instead of getting a butterball frozen from who knows where at Walmart, pick up a fresh turkey. It's going to cost you more, but it's worth it, So Boozy Pig on Cypress, we ordered our turkey yesterday. I put down a $40 deposit, and then I'm going to fry that sucker up. You know what else I need to do?
What do you need to do?
Well, in my garage was my old turkey fryer, the propane base, and it got all rusted out because of the Helene water in the garage. So I got to toss that. I'm going to buy, I need to buy a new turkey fryer, and I think I'm going to like upgrade. I think because my old one was like the thin, like cheap aluminum pot.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go for like the stainless steel, the big like 32 or 44 quart, the stainless steel pot now. And then they even make like the propane fryer base, the base, you can get a stainless steel one. So I think I'm going to upgrade it because we use it every single year.
You may want to think about putting an order in for that now. I mean, these are things that are going to
I'm going to order it today. I'm going to order the turkey fryer today. I was already looking at it the last week. I just didn't pull the trigger yet. But, and then of course the oil, the peanut oil is expensive.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it is.
But, because like 3 gallons are like $46 now. And I'm going to need at least like 3 or 4 gallons of oil. But, man, I tell you, once you fry a turkey and you do it well, in 100% peanut oil, don't skimp. Don't do the blend of half peanut, half whatever. You got to do 100% peanut oil. And, my God, if you do it right, you cook it at the right temp for the right time, man, a fried turkey in peanut oil is just unbelievable. And then I'll brine it for 24 hours in a special brine deal. So, getting ready for Thanksgiving, folks. Hey, it's November 1st. It's going to be here before you know it.
So, speaking of Thanksgiving and your mashed potatoes, we're in this neighborhood trick-or-treating last night, and we walk up to the house and you say trick or treat.
Yeah.
And they had a covered candy dish, and you reached in and you either got a trick or a treat, and they had candy.
Yeah, they had a rattlesnake inside.
No, they didn't have rattlesnake.
Cockroaches.
They had potatoes.
Oh, really?
The little small, the little reds.
Little fingerling?
They didn't look like the round ones. They weren't the fingerling ones. The fingerling ones look like fingers, right? Look like little.
Maybe
I don't know. They had little potatoes.
Right.
So I ended up getting 2 potatoes last night too.
Tricked you with potatoes.
Speaking of turkeys, Butterball is making the worst part of cooking Thanksgiving easier.
I read about this. You don't have to do the thaw? Is that what it is?
So Butterball is introducing a multi-pound frozen bird that you don't have to thaw. You take it from the freezer right to the oven. Is that it? A new frozen turkey that eliminates the hours-long thawing process. So Butterball's got a new product? Is that... You know what? I'm going with the fresh turkey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. All right, anything else Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving and Christmas travel cheaper this year? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You know how many? BS. It's the numbers flying Julian home from New York City Thanksgiving week are ridiculous. The numbers are terrible. Thanksgiving and Christmas travel much cheaper this year. Yeah, my butt. Yeah, they say Thanksgiving prices have dropped 6%, while December travel is 9% lower than last year. Get out of here. Looks like it's twice the price.
Yeah, that looks like some fake news to me.
Absolutely. What time is it? 8:38 at the MJ Morning Show. We got plenty of time to.
Hey, did you vote yet?
No.
I haven't either.
Yeah. I will probably vote on. I think Sunday is going to be the last day to early vote, right?
In Hillsborough County,
Yeah.
it is.
So, you know what? Maybe I'll vote today. Listen, or we always just can go to our polling place on Tuesday. But have you voted yet?
I have not. I'm still going back and forth on the top of the ticket, if you want to know the truth.
All right.
But
I'm not going there. I'm
just telling. That's all I'm saying.
The
I'm
only
going
thing
back
I'll
and
say
forth.
about that is I heard a story recently about so many people lie about who they're voting for.
Yeah, I don't think many people are talking about what they're doing this year either. But I think I'm going to wait till Election Day. Just go to my precinct, see my old lady.
Yeah, I like to do it on Election Day.
All right, that's it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. So, Giselle Bundchen is, I guess, now showing the baby bump.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like 6 months. Is that right?
Wow, she kept
kept
that
this
a secret
quiet. Yeah.
from Tom too. Okay, here's a question.
I saw a story that it's believed that she's 6 months, or maybe just that 6 months.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, you live in your household with your children. Your children would know that you were. So how did Viv and the brother not open their mouths to their dad?
Yeah, I'm sure they knew, but we had heard. I mean, that's weird, because we had heard, and we had this story earlier in the week, that Giselle Bundchen told Tom Brady that she was pregnant with the new boyfriend and the Tai Chi jiu-jitsu guy,
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Joaquim. We had heard that Tom Brady found out just a couple of days before the story broke nationally.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough. But now she's out and about and she's not hiding it. And she's showing off the obvious baby bump right now.
Man.
At 44 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Yeah. And Joaquim is like, the new boyfriend's like 35.
Good for him.
So Benjamin, 14, and Vivian, the 11-year-old, they're going to have a little baby boy or a little baby girl sister on the way here in just a bit. Got a couple of, so early next year.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? What do you think? Hey, speaking of travel, what do you think drives flight attendants nuts? You walk on the airplane, and this allegedly drives flight attendants nuts. I ought to ask for flight attendants to call up and confirm or deny this.
Well, just a big thing to remember, they aren't getting paid as you're walking on the plane because of the way their contracts are set up, right?
It has nothing to do with that.
So whatever, when you're getting on the plane, they're probably not wanting to do much for you anyway. So if you're high maintenance.
That's an occupational hazard. That's the way it goes.
And listen, some of the airlines now are actually paying the flight attendants. There are a few airlines, and that's always been, that's bogus to me.
That's weird, yeah.
That the flight attendants, they don't start getting paid until the door closes or until the parking brake is released on the jet and they push back from the gate. That's ridiculous. The minute the flight attendant walks down the jetway, she or he or them or they should be on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right? That's just the bottom line. So this request, and this is like a common, simple request.
Is it when you walk on the plane and say, hey, air waitress, how about some water or how about some beer or something?
That is exactly it.
Really?
Yeah, it's water, though.
Okay.
So apparently this common request drives flight attendants crazy when you walk on the airplane and they're standing there greeting you, and if you ask for water, hey, can I get a water? That apparently pisses flight attendants off, and that rubs them the wrong way. Listen, I'd like to know if that's true. Are you a flight attendant? Let's go. Come on. If a passenger walks on the plane, they walk through the front door of the airplane, and they see you there, you're smiling, you're grinning, hey, can I get a water? Does that make you angry? Are you a flight attendant? Let's go. Call me right now. 800-990-1047. Yes or no? 800-990-1047. if you're a flight attendant, and if you want, you can remain anonymous. You don't have to mention the airline you work for. But if you are a flight attendant, call me right now. And if a passenger walks on and asks for water as they're walking on the airplane, does that tick you off? Does that common request drive you nuts? Does it drive you up a wall? 800-990-1047. We're usually pretty good, like with flight attendants or pilots, usually pretty good about asking for one to call up and having one. You know, we got to have, fly at the right time when I talk about something, got to have, one listening in order to call up. So if you are a flight attendant, does this drive you nuts? All right, phones are ringing. Let's see if, hopefully the flight attendants are not people thinking I'm giving away some kind of prize.
Yeah, Cash Kitty's over.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a confession.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And Andrew is screening a couple of calls right now.
I'm that jerk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not every flight, but, maybe 50% of the flights. Can I get a bottle of water? And, they turn around. They're usually right there in the little galley anyway.
As you're walking on?
As I'm walking on. Backpack over my shoulder, lumbering, hitting people on both sides of the aisle with my belly. Can I get a bottle of water?
Guy.
Yeah,
so,
I'm that guy.
As you know, I have the pilot's bag.
We do know that.
I have several good friends that are pilots. A really good buddy of mine, Bob Harwood, just retired Delta pilot, and a financial guy for years. So he told me years ago, this is like probably 10, 12 years ago. He said to me, "Hey, you ought to get the bag that all the pilots use. I got one. It's the Luggage Works bag." And when you travel at the airport, look at the pilots that you see in the terminal. 99%, some have Travel Pros, but 99% have the Luggage Works bag, and it's got the two metal handle extensions.
But it's a very non-obvious, very plain,
it's
all
a
black.
black bag with like metal corners, and it's built like a tank. And when I travel with the bag. Listen, I'm not trying to be Catch Me If You Can. I'm not trying to be Leonardo DiCaprio here.
You don't carry a pilot's hat with you.
No, I don't. But listen, my good friend, several friends that are pilots said, "Yeah, get this bag. It's the best bag." And let me tell you what happens though. When I travel with the bag and I go on the airplane, a lot of the flight attendants think I'm a pilot. So just coming back from Philadelphia last weekend, I'm walking on the plane with my pilot's bag, and it even came with a crew tag. I just left it on there. So what the hell?
Right.
But listen, hold on.
Leaving a handicap sticker on it or something.
But hey, this has helped out for.
Yeah.
So as I'm walking on the plane, I don't say anything. I'm just Joe passenger, and the flight attendant says, "Hey, how you doing? Would you like a water?" And she's offering me a water because I've got the pilot's bag. And then other times, like Michelle and I have been, sometimes we're running to catch a connecting flight, or let's say, oh yeah, we're out of overhead space. And when you have the pilot's bag, they find space for you on the airplane and not try to check the bag, because they just assume that, I'm a pilot or Michelle's a pilot or a flight attendant or something. Yeah, we all have the bag. We all have the pilot's bag from Luggage Works, and it's and I've been upgraded. I'm just sitting at the gate. And I'm just like on my phone, I'm reading, and then I've had like some gate agents say, "Hey, I got you an upgraded seat," because they're looking at my pilot's bag.
That's awesome.
So, hey, what's your seat? Let me give you an upgrade. We got some space. So I've been upgraded like from coach to business or first class because I have the pilot's bag. I shouldn't. All right, look at the phones. We do have flight attendants. Let me see. Fester, can I see Rob? Rob is in Clearwater. Rob, you're a flight attendant?
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys?
All right, do you fly for one of the majors?
Yeah, one of the majors.
All
I'm
right.
actually on my drive to the airport right now to work a trip.
Where you're flying to this morning?
I think Costa Rica, and then back to Houston.
Oh, nice. All right. So, Rob, do you believe this story that the common request that drives a flight attendant up the wall is when the passengers are boarding and the passenger asks for water as they're walking on the plane?
It's so common. It happens pretty much every flight. There's a bunch of annoying things. That one doesn't necessarily make me angry, but it kind of makes my eyes roll, and I'm like, yeah, here you go. Because they oftentimes say, oh, it's for my medication.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
Need water for the medication. Gotcha.
Probably most of the time it's not. They just want water.
Yep. There you go. Or some airlines, they charge you for water. I mean, a lot of the, some airlines, they give it to you free, but
Some
other
of the
airlines.
other ones, some of the other ones that are more annoying is when they get on the plane and they want to sit in row 4, but then they go all the way to the back of the plane to use the bathroom.
Yep.
And then they try to climb their way down that center aisle all the way back to row 4, and it really causes, a disruption in the boarding process.
As everyone is trying to board, they go to the back of the plane to use the bathroom and then try to make their way all the way. Yeah.
It's like, was there not a bathroom in the airport?
Gotcha. Do you want to say what airline you fly for or no?
I can't really.
Okay. All right.
That's fine.
But I'm sure I've been on your airline, right?
I'm sure.
All right. Hey, Rob, thanks for checking in. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Well, there we go. Look at that. Rob, the flight attendant. So he confirms that, the water thing's a bit annoying, but there are more annoying things that flight attendants. Oh, what happened to the other call? We had a flight attendant that was, we had a retired flight attendant that just hung up. I was just about to go to the retired. Hey, retired flight attendant, call back. Come on, call right back. I was just going to your call. 800-990-1047. So, phone us right back. All right, Andrew put another one on hold. Let me give Jim. All right, Jim is in Chicago, a pilot. Hey, Jim, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Hey, Jim, what kind of pilot are you?
I fly for a major. You're giving away all our secrets, dude. That's my overhead bin space.
So I'm guessing you have a Luggage Works bag, right?
No, I'm Travel Pro. I had the Luggage Works, but that metal thing busted on me, so I haven't got it fixed yet.
Yeah, so my Luggage Works pilot's bag it's like 13 years old now. It looks worn like a pilot's bag.
Yeah, you got all the insider tips, man.
Yeah, listen, that's what happens when you got a bunch of buddies that are, airline pilots.
Yeah, so my mom retired to Tampa, so I go down there all the time, and she introduced me to her show. I love it.
Oh, well, so you're currently a pilot for a major airline?
Yes.
Who do you fly for?
JetBlue.
Oh, very good. We got a JetBlue flight coming up next weekend, as a matter of fact. So, hey. Maybe.
Hey, hope it's on time.
Maybe.
That's honest.
Jim, thanks for phoning in. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks. Look at that. So introduced to the show by his mother down here.
Yeah.
He's a jet. So he's an Airbus 320 pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last game of the World Series?
I did.
Did you see Pat Sajak every time that they focused on a left-handed batter?
I did not.
Pat Sajak had the perfect seat behind every it was on the left side of the plate.
Really?
Yeah. Left side on left batters, the way the camera hit him coming off the third base line, it was like Pat Sajak's face like growing out of the batter's shoulder.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed it during Game 5. I'm like, is that Pat Sajak? Like the second Yankee batter was a lefty.
Really?
So I'm like, oh my God, that's Pat. And we saw him the whole game eating popcorn, looking around.
Wow.
He's just enjoying his life
So
now.
Pat Sajak gets home and he opens up his phone. He realizes he's going viral. Everybody's talking about him being at the game.
Pat Sajak, he's off Wheel of Fortune, but he's back on TV.
So he writes on his X.
You know what? He should have put on a rainbow afro wig and held up a John 3:16 sign.
You know what? He should have.
Is what he should have done.
I noticed I was trending. I thought I died. I thought I'd passed away. Turns out I'm fine.
Was Vanna with him?
No, he was there. He was there. Here's some images of it. Like every time there would be a batter, MJ, you'd see Pat Sajak over the shoulder.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
It's as big as the batter's head.
No, that's great. All right, 8:52 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. You're not getting this kind of entertainment in Tampa Bay radio, or for that matter, most radio around the country. 1 hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ, which starts about 7:25 every morning, concludes right now. And I gave you extra minutes. You got more than an hour and 20. We have about an hour to go. We've got the P. Diddy pile. There's more new stuff And a couple of things are really interesting here. Also, John Legend. What does John Legend have to do with P. Diddy? There's a little bit of a connection. We'll tell you about that coming up. Investigations are heating up. Wendy's is making an announcement. The Wendy's, burger chain. Also, are you a vapor? Wait till you hear what happened when a guy vaped in his car and then the air quality was tested. You got to hear speaking of the World Series, did you see, they had all those riots in L.A. and, you had opportunists taking advantage and breaking into stores and shoplifting and looting. Did you see what happened to a fan with the fireworks? Oh, my God. This is insane. All right, we got a lot of stuff next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Folks, I got a couple of very important things here. Just got a notification from Tico, Tampa Electric. I'm late. Yeah, they're not threatening to shut my power off, but October was just a whacked month. Yeah, you know what? I know what happened. So my credit union, where I keep my checking account, where we pay I don't want to say we're credit union, but it's a well-known credit union. The credit union that we use, they recently updated their app, and it just keeps crashing. Oh. The new app is crap, and every time it crashes. So whenever I get the email notification from Tico, hey, your new electric bill is here. It's due on the 30th and I think it was due on the 30th or 31st yesterday. And I tried to pay this because I got the notification a couple of weeks ago. And then I usually just the minute I get I go right into my banking app and I set up the bill pay. And it just kept crashing on me. And then that's right around the time as all the freaking, the Hurricane Milton crap and the aftermath and the cleanup. And it just obviously slipped my mind. And I just got the notification that I'm late. And I'm trying to get on my damn, app again for my credit union. And we're having trouble displaying your information. Please try again. I don't know what they did. They should have just left the app the way it was because that worked. My new app for my credit union, it sucks. We like the credit union, been there for over 30-something years. But
let's get the app right.
But they updated their app and it's like it's screwing up. It's like sorry, it's crashing and hey, send crash report and this and that. And it's like, my God, just put the old app back on.
Yeah, right.
Give me the old app. That worked every single time.
Why can't those folks over at Jerry's Credit Union get it right?
So I'm trying to do the bill pay right now to pay Tico, and I can't even. I'm gonna have to go to one of those like seedy check cashing places and pay my Tico bill so they don't yank the wires out.
Go to Amscot. Listen, it's free, but you have to pay like with a money order or something.
I'm not getting a money order.
You get the money order free from Amscot.
Listen, Tico is not threatening. I don't have the red letter yet. Don't they send you like a yellow or red letter?
I think what they do at some point, I don't know if you're to this point yet, but then they just charge you a big old deposit. And then you have to have a deposit on your account because you're like flagged as a late person.
Oh.
Someone told me that. I don't know who.
I'm 1 day late right now. I'm 1 day late. I don't think I've been flagged. I don't think I have to put down a $300 deposit just yet.
Just wait.
When you said you were late and it was Tico, I thought they were screwing you so bad for so long you finally got pregnant.
Oh man! Anyway,
that's a high energy joke.
I'm late. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh my God! I'm late. I'm late this month.
That's.
All right, hold on. Let me hit bill pay again. Let me see if bill pay comes up. It's spinning. 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 It's spinning.
Let's do this later. Let's do that later.
Listen, but I think a lot of people. I think this is relevant. Yeah, look at this. We're having trouble displaying your... Anyway, so I think this is relevant because a lot of people probably got all turned around last month with all the hurricanes, the back-to-back, the Helene in late September, then into Milton in October. I think there are plenty of people like me that just got a little spun out, a little turned around, just, jammed up a little bit. That's what Tico ought to say. Hey, we understand it's been a rough month, so if you're running a couple of days late, we're not going to ruin your credit and yank the wires out of your house.
We'll just double bill you next month.
No, I'm going to pay them, but just kind of squeezed by. Hey, there's a new Diddy thing that I just saw during the commercial break.
Ooh, tell us.
Let me go back to the printer and take it off. I just printed it out.
Yeah, hot off the presses.
Literally right. Former Playboy model claims that Sean Diddy Combs made her watch Jennifer Lopez video at Freak Off.
Huh? Wait.
What kind
video?
Of video?
Yeah, I don't think it's one of her bad movies.
If it's like Jenny from the Block.
A former Playboy model claimed that Sean Diddy Combs made her watch a Jennifer Lopez music video on repeat.
Okay.
At one of the freak-offs, Rachel Kennedy recalled the footage playing on a continuous loop in Combs' Tokyo hotel room during an interaction they had in 2000 and alleged that the rapper was on the phone with the singer, J-Lo, at the time, and he was dating J-Lo back then.
So they were dating, and he was watching a loop of his girlfriend's video with another woman in the room. Okay.
Exactly. Isn't that lovely? So this Playboy model is in Diddy's hotel room in Tokyo back in 2000. J-Lo is on the phone speaking to P. Diddy while the Playboy model's up there, and she's got to watch a J-Lo video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
So according to the Google, Diddy and J-Lo dated from 99 to 2001.
Well, this is 2000, so it's right smack in the middle of that.
Oh, okay. So with that pile, this goes with J-Lo and Diddy. You saw that she shut down some autograph seekers.
Yeah, so I'm about to get to that as well.
Okay, cool.
Unless you want to do the story. Do you have all the deets?
I put the paper over there, so I think you have them, so I'll let you do it.
Yeah, J-Lo stopped signing autographs immediately after she was asked if she would like to comment on her dating experience with Diddy from, as Fester just said, 1999 to 2001. Yeah, so she was at a screening and some kind of Q&A audience interaction for her movie Unstoppable. Is this coming out this weekend, or did it come out last weekend? When is Unstoppable with J-Lo? When is that coming out? Do we know?
I don't know. I've never even heard of it.
What?
There's a good Sia song called
2024, but when is it coming out? What's the release? Yeah, go to Wiki. Unstoppable is a 2024 American biographical sports drama film.
December 6th.
All right, so it's coming out. Let's see, Unstoppable.
Yes. Limited theatrical release December 6th. It was at Toronto Film Festival on September 6th.
It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 6th. Limited theatrical release, I think Fester just said December 6th. And then you're saying it's going wide in January?
I don't know. It's coming out soon.
January 16th.
Yeah, January 16th it goes wide. So it sounds like they're getting it out. The limited theatrical release, they're getting it out December 6th, probably for Oscar contention, because you got to get it in before the end of the year to be in contention for an Oscar. What are all there's all kinds of the award little, the Gold Leaf Award thing. Go. Yeah, see, it's got.
On the poster?
Yeah, it looks like on the poster it's got some, awards, the award stamps they use the gold leafy kind of things.
Yes, Canadians liked us at the Toronto Film Festival.
Oh, I guess it did well at the Aspen Film Festival, etc.
It says Toronto International Film Festival Award receiver.
Yeah, sounds like it's supposed to be a good movie. Unstoppable, some kind of athletic drama of some sort.
Looks like wrestling.
So here's the deal. So J-Lo's at this event last Saturday, and some people started asking about Diddy and their dating. And she packed it up and she walked away with her bodyguards.
All right. She has to understand that's the only thing people want to talk to her about right now.
Right. She dated Diddy for a couple of years, 99 to 01. She's at this event, a screening and a Q&A for this movie last Saturday. And someone says, hey, any comments on Diddy? And apparently her face went sullen and she said, boop, I'm out.
You know what she proved? She's unstoppable.
Or she's quite stoppable.
No, she is.
Left.
No, she is. She stopped right then and there. She is stoppable.
Well, I guess she stopped, but then she left, and no one stopped her as she was leaving.
No, she was. She stopped right there in her tracks.
Okay.
Stopped right there. She's quite stoppable.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think there's a very good chance that Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, gets called to the stand in this federal case.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the number of people that are going to be called or implicated. It's going to be amazing. And then what did J-Lo know? If you date Diddy for a couple of years from 1999 to 2001, you saw stuff. You know stuff. And again, one of the big questions is how did Diddy get away with this for so long? And how many people enabled him? How many people suppressed the truth of what was going on? I mean, this is a hella case.
Is this in your J-Lo Diddy pile? You and I didn't talk about this, about the photos that emerged of Diddy and J-Lo?
Jess?
That's in your pile.
Yep,
awesome.
That's here as well. And then I mentioned John Legend.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I told you, I had a big Diddy pile today. So what does John Legend have to do with Diddy? Why is, well, it's not him per se.
Was he like playing piano in the background during a freak off?
Yeah, really. John Legend's manager was in a terrifying situation at a Diddy Combs party, and she escaped. Yeah, John Legend's longtime manager, Ty Sticklorius, is speaking out about, well, the whole music industry after the whole Diddy arrest for sex trafficking. 49-year-old CEO of the management company Friends at Work wrote an op-ed for the New York Times, which came out yesterday, where she discussed her hope that the music industry would get a fresh start after the whole controversy with Sean Diddy Combs. Sticklorius also recalled being in a terrifying situation when she attended one of Combs' New Year's Eve party. Oh, I'm sorry, New York. So this was on a yacht in St. Bart's, but it's called a Combs New York Eve party, which he held on a yacht in St. Bart's, St. Bartholomew, 27 years ago. Sticklorius, who was a recent college grad at the time, claimed that a man who seemed to be associate of the party host brought her to a bedroom and then locked the door behind them. To this day, I can't remember how I managed to talk my way out of the terrifying situation. Perhaps my nervous babbling, my brothers on this boat, probably looking for me, convinced them to unlock the bedroom door and let me go. Was that just assumed if you were at a Diddy party and you were a female that you were fair game and a guy could just take you in a room and lock the door behind you?
Terrible.
Ugh. Anyway, that's John Legend's manager.
So she didn't have a run-in with Diddy. She had a run-in with somebody connected to Diddy at a Diddy party.
At a Diddy party, exactly. Okay. This is also interesting in the Diddy pile that a judge has ruled that a civil lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs cannot go forward under a pseudonym, that the actual complainant's real name has to be used, that they got to take the anonymous out or the pseudonym out. Yeah, a federal judge said a woman who accused Sean Diddy Combs of sexually assaulting her cannot proceed with the lawsuit under the pseudonym after finding that the rapper has a right to defend himself. The fundamental question is whether plaintiff has a substantial privacy interest that outweighs the customary and constitutionally embedded presumption of openness in judicial proceedings. Yeah, defendants have a right to defend themselves, including by investigating the plaintiff, and the people have a right to know who is using their courts. Yeah, Tennessee woman filed a lawsuit as Jane Doe against Combs and others earlier this month. And again, this is like over a dozen lawsuits have been filed. You've got that the lawyer in Texas. What's his name? Busby?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the buzz on Busby the lawyer. He's like fielding clients like he's a mesothelioma commercial on cable news.
He knows 100 people who've been involved somehow with Diddy and freak-offs and all kinds of stuff.
Anyway, so that's interesting. And then what were you saying, Roxanne? Which story?
The J-Lo and Diddy fighting on the same night that he was accused of a 13-year-old girl, I think.
Yeah, listen,
Do you remember that one? I can't keep track of all of them.
No, you can't.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But there are photos of the two of them arguing after a VMA party, and you can see J-Lo's very upset.
Jeez.
And then I guess they left together, and that was the night that this 13-year-old accused him.
Federal grand jury has been regularly convening in the continuing criminal investigation into Combs, so they're still going. Jurors yesterday were expected to hear from a witness who claims he is in possession of videos that allegedly contain footage of celebrities potentially being victimized by Combs.
Oh, man.
I mean, the depth of this story. So now maybe videos of celebrities being exploited and victimized by Diddy?
Mm. You know what's crazy? I have this one friend of mine. I think I told you guys this. When this story first broke, this friend of mine sent me the most vile message about what things that Diddy had done. Like I think I showed either you or Froggy Fester, I can't remember, but it was like just laden with curse words and disgusting acts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you're exaggerating. This friend of mine is an attorney. And then it's all come true. All of it. So people did know.
Attorney Ariel Mitchell told CNN that one of her clients was summoned to testify in front of the grand jury hearing the Diddy evidence. Yesterday, this client, a man, has not filed any suits against Combs and is not claiming to be a victim of his alleged misconduct. According to Mitchell, he's a witness. She says he has information, evidence about accusations of sexual abuse and other misconduct by Combs, some of which allegedly involve celebrities. We're here to comply with the court's order disclosing her client's identity, but they're not publishing his name at this time. Wow. CNN contacted the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, and they declined to comment on this. But now, are there videos that show celebrities either participating or getting victimized in this Diddy debauchery?
That's awful.
Wow. How about that? All right, so there you go. That's the Diddy pile. Oh, and then Diddy investigators have interviewed male escorts about the freak-off parties. So now they're talking to some of the male escorts that have been used at these parties. Sounds like they had female escorts, male escorts. They had everything going on. It's like a smorgasbord.
And it's, sounds like some of the females, the underage females were expected to be with the males. And it's crazy.
It seems like a lot of things were expected.
There could be hundreds of witnesses here and victims. This is just... This is nuts.
You know what's kind of weird, though? Whatever stock photos they have of the Diddy white parties, I look through those and I look at every single person in the background, not the famous people, just all the background people. And it kind of just looks like a regular party for the most part. Sometimes you'll see.
The party was until the party ended and they went home and then the new cast of characters came in.
Yeah.
9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's do the final segment, final chunk. MJ Morning Show next.
I've got a little tidbit for you next, too.
Regarding?
Halloween observations, just a couple quick things.
All right.
And something happening this weekend.
All right, some final Halloween observations from yesterday. That's coming up. Also, folks are banning this from their wedding. What is getting banned at some weddings? It's a type of chatter. It's a type of discussion.
What?
Yep, a type of discussion, a type of talk is getting banned at weddings. What is it? I'll tell you next. Also, I mentioned the vaping in a car and then the air quality analysis. Oh, my God, you got to hear this. This is crazy. And then the Dodgers fan, oh, my God. They had the riots in L.A., not last night, the night before. Of course, opportunists just looking for an opportunity to smash and burn stuff up and steal and loot. And here's a guy that his life's different. I'll explain in just a matter of minutes. Final segment, MJ Morning Show, is next. So stand by. My friends at Westfall... MJ Morning Show in the final chunk. All right, so Roxanne, you had some final observations on Halloween yesterday?
Yeah, I want to see if you two observe this as well. Observation number one. I saw some little kids in terrifying costumes, like bloody face makeup and blood dripping down their, hands. Did you notice some little, you open the door and you're like, oh, you're so cute. And
what the hell is that?
Scary.
Yeah,
you're like
some
3
really
years
scary
old.
little kids.
I don't remember the kids being this scary. Did you see that, or is it just me?
You know what? A bunch of the neighbors on my street, Michelle and Chloe and Chet, they were outside and they set up a little folding table. We had like 7 neighbors that all like convened on the street, and they kind of clumped together like for like a candy buffet.
Yeah, one-stop shop.
Yeah, and I had walked the neighborhood. I did a 3-mile walk yesterday around 5:30.
And people say like, hey, great Richard Simmons outfit as you're walking around.
Yeah, Richard Simmons in a weighted vest outfit. All right. So I'm walking the neighborhood, and I was just kind of eyeballing things, wondering, is trick-or-treating going to be as busy this year, or because of the hurricanes and the cleanup and still the debris piles around. And when I walked the neighborhood, I thought it was kind of light, and there were trick-or-treaters last night. It was a decent number, but I would say it was definitely off by maybe 50%. 40 to 50%. I think we had a lot less trick-or-treaters. Now, I wasn't out the whole time. I was doing, prep work inside, and, all the neighbors were hanging out. So Michelle and Chloe and Chet, they were representing. But I would pop out every half an hour or so, and they stayed out till like 9:15. And really, it's just kind of a neighborhood booze fest. They got, drinking in public and all that stuff out there.
All that good stuff.
Sipping on wine out, while you're handing out the candy and everything.
Bunch of people all Tampa sober, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
So the other thing is, speaking of, blood on you, real blood, not makeup blood. I was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
But they're not leaving blood on you.
What?
You mean they're sucking your blood?
Yeah, but
when you
don't
smack
have
them,
that. When you smack them, the blood comes out.
That's true. When you smack them, you're right. They explode.
I have, like,
That's right.
streaks,
All right.
like blood streaks
All
on
right,
me from mosquitoes.
I stand corrected.
Yeah,
All right.
and then
you know what? That's probably someone else's blood.
That's what grosses me out.
Yeah,
it's like a
somebody
big
else's
group
blood.
of people standing there, and then they come over and start sucking on you, and you're like, yep, that's somebody else's. That's disgusting. Yeah.
You know what?
It's
We had a
terrifying.
really good mosquito night. I didn't have a lot of mosquitoes. I
didn't?
thought it was great.
Okay, well,
But
you're in
other years, we've been swarmed. And I'm like,
What do
screw
you?
this.
Do you live in a swamp over there?
I mean,
you
for
live in the
real.
West Chase swamp.
Pretty much.
I did
guess
not
so.
notice. I didn't notice any. Tell you what, Gatsby and Scout, they caught a possum last night.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, or if you prefer, an opossum.
I think I like an opossum.
Yeah,
It's
so
specific. There's different areas, right?
no.
Yeah, what is the difference?
A possum is generally used. Opossum is more scientific, but both are acceptable.
Okay.
You can call it a possum or an opossum.
Oh, really?
And this is like the regular, probably a Virginia possum. There's a name for the kind of possums that we have here. And dogs were let out last
Possums
night.
are native to Australia and New Zealand and China, while opossums live in America and southern Canada.
Listen, even in the States, you can call it a possum or an opossum.
Okay, so
All
did
right.
you see a live possum or a posthumous possum?
Did it have a bear tail or a furry tail?
Well, here's the deal. Here's our opossum story from last night.
Blood and guts
So,
all over your dog?
Well, the dogs go out and suddenly, and they're going crazy. They're barking and all kinds of scurrying. And Michelle runs out and she's like, hurry, they've got a possum. So I run out with a flashlight. And Gatsby's already running with the opossum in his mouth. Just like, listen, these are Jack Russells.
Ew.
They're hunters. They're hunter dogs. And running across our pool deck in the backyard is Gatsby, our 5 or 6 year old now Jack Russell Terrier. And he's got a treasure. He's carrying a possum. I'm like, Gatsby, drop it. And I went charging at Gatsby, and Gatsby did drop the opossum on the grass. And the opossum's just laying there, and eyes are closed, and the mouth was all foaming.
Oh, no.
And I could see, like, the doggy saliva, and there's a little bit of blood on the possum's back where, like there was a little skin.
Puncture?
Where the dogs got him. And listen, our dogs got it, too. The dogs got scratched up on their paws, so the possum was obviously fighting back. So the possum just lying on my lawn.
Don't trust it.
Lifeless.
Don't trust it.
Just sitting there. And Michelle's like, oh my God, did they kill it? And I said, looks like it. No, I said, no, Michelle, it's just playing possum.
Of course.
And sure enough, you could see shallow breathing, and I'm like, nah, this thing's fine. And the blood on the possum's back was just kind of superficial.
Yeah.
There were no serious punctures or anything. So I said, no, Michelle, I think it's dead. And, give us I have our vet's personal cell number. I need to send it. So Michelle's like going to, call the vet.
You're going to call the vet over a possum?
Well, here's the deal.
A rodent?
I said, Michelle, this possum is fine. It is doing what possums do. When they're scared, they go into this like involuntary freeze. They don't even, I think, know what they're doing.
I thought it was like deliberate to ward off predators.
Well, it's when they're fearful, I believe it's involuntary. It just happens. So when an opossum is scared or in danger, they play possum. And that's exactly what this did. I said, Michelle, it's going to be fine. Just let it sit in the grass and let it look dead. And sure enough, Michelle looks up and it's gone. In the time that she looked down on her phone, the thing had gotten up and ran away and was gone. So we had a little Halloween opossum run-in in South Tampa last night. All right, so this is being banned at weddings. This type of chatter. So you guys were like, I think you were expecting something else. And when I said this kind of talk, this kind of chatter.
What could it be?
Just think about it.
We shall not speak about sports at weddings.
You know what? Why don't you go a little deeper on that? What do you think people are saying? Knock it off. We don't need this kind of talk at our wedding.
Oh, I think I know. Fester, you have any guesses?
Well, it depends. Is it a huge wedding?
Listen, it's any wedding.
It's politics.
Yes.
Is it a fantastic wedding? Is it the greatest wedding ever?
Yes.
I mean, you know what? You try to have a happy event, and then old Uncle Ernie over there.
You don't want to get into a Trump versus Kamala Harris deal and this and that. So people are saying, hey, listen.
Leave your politics at the door.
Now,
come have a good time at our wedding.
The election's coming up on Tuesday, but are we going to have a decisive win? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, people are just saying, stop. No political talk. Don't get into political discussions and debates at our wedding. Just leave that stuff outside. Don't ruin our big day with like a political fight. And listen, things get tense. I mean, even in the same families, you get people with different opinions in the same freaking family.
I know we don't get into politics on the show.
You're sharing DNA, but you're not sharing, politics.
Right,
All right, go ahead.
color, red or blue, right? So I have had 2 people this week reach out to me because they're having difficulty, if it's their spouse or their sibling in one case, who they are not talking to, and they're so hurt by the political differences that they're having. And I mean, I'm not trying to, pat myself on the back or whatever, but like, I like talking with people who have different political opinions than myself. And I would never, ever not be friends with someone who didn't agree with me politically. It would never be a deterrent. It would never be like, I'm not going to be friends with you because it's going to be too difficult with our differing political views. Like, that doesn't even, so how did we get so far away from that? That's the question.
Listen, everybody has to figure out their own way, but hopefully this whole thing kind of calms down after next week.
Listen,
I think it will.
I have friends that are on the same political mindset as me, and I got friends that don't. I don't draw lines. Oh, you can't be my friend because you believe in this or that. I don't do it.
How did it turn into that?
I got to admit, I have one friend who's Chinese communist, and I just don't talk to him that much anymore.
He's a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
I stay away from him.
Keep him away from
I'm
MJ.
like, listen, Lee, get the hell away from me.
Do you have a Russian friend that's inventing like Russian propaganda to disrupt the U.S. elections?
No, but I accidentally got into a Russia-Ukraine discussion, and I'm like, I'm out.
Well, listen, you saw that the Russians behind, there's like a video of workers ripping up and destroying ballots. And it's a Russian propaganda video where they printed ballots to look like a certain state or county. But upon further examination, the color's wrong and but that's to the extent to what some foreign actors and foreign governments will do. They will try to disrupt our election. They'll try to sow seeds of uncertainty by elaborate hoaxes and fake videos that then get circulated on social media, and people think that it's real, and it's not. You think it's butter, but it's not.
I think it's time to end the show because we started the show with endocrine disruptors, and now we're talking political disruptors.
Yeah, look at that.
We tied it all together.
Let me make sure I got everything done here. All right, so and I had a list of things. I saw like in St. Petersburg yesterday.
What happened?
City Council, they're discussing the trop and all that stuff.
Now, did I see it's like $6.5 million just to clean it up?
Yeah. So,
not even repair it?
Yeah, the city of St. Petersburg is going to spend about $6.5 million to clean up and then also like fortify or add some protections to the existing framework of Tropicana Field after the whole roof was ripped off. Yeah, you have the translucent fiberglass material, which was shredded with Hurricane Milton, and there's no way that's going to be repaired by opening day in 2025. And the big question, the Major League Baseball officials, they want the Rays to play all home games nearby.
Mm-hmm.
What's nearby? Is Orlando nearby?
Well, that's a question.
They don't want them to play in Miami, Does Jacksonville even have a baseball stadium? I don't know.
Listen to this. This is from ESPN. Just listen to some of the details here. An ongoing analysis will determine what it will take to fully repair the trop. Cost, timeline, a complicating factor is the city's plan to construct the new $1.3 billion ballpark, which would open in 2028.
Yeah.
Are you going to dump $20-30 million into a new roof? Also, what is the insurance issue? The city, I believe, is responsible for the roof, for the Rays at the trop.
We got a $20 million deductible on our roof.
Yeah. I mean, does it make sense? You're going to rip this thing down in 3 years anyway. Does it make sense to put, $25-30 million into a new? It doesn't seem to make sense to me. The two cleanup and mitigation contracts, listen to this, are $3.9 million to BMS Cat and $2.5 million to Hennessy Construction Services, according to city documents. The money would be part of a projected $22 million deductible the city has with the Trop's insurers.
I was joking about
a $22 million deductible.
I was just kidding when I said $20 million
Hey,
deductible.
you think your $500 deductible is a lot with Flo over at Progressive?
I was trying to make a funny joke when I said 20 million. Turns out it's more.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Hey, guys, I have an idea.
What's that?
Did you see that the Savannah Bananas were supposed to play at, which I love the Savannah Bananas, they're supposed to play at Trop in March?
I did. They're going to move where, to Ray J now? Or
Ray
no?
J. So if they can convert Ray J to a Savannah Banana baseball park temporarily,
No,
could they do
not.
that?
It's not conducive for a...
I mean, Savannah Bananas is joke baseball.
Yeah, they dance.
You know, I mean, like the old Oakland Arena.
Yeah, it's like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball,
yeah,
right?
They're entertaining, and I want to go, but they're not. It's not real baseball.
Yeah, I know.
Ray J is not.
Can't do it.
Fitted for a.
Darn
It's
it.
not for baseball.
Darn it.
No.
It's fitted for dancing baseball,
No,
but not real baseball.
But here you had city council. They approved this. What was it, 6-2? Yes. City council St. Pete approved the close to $6.5 million cleanup and repair of Tropicana Field. So city council, this is Channel 8. City council voted 6-2 to approve a pair of resolutions to allocate up to $2.5 million for construction and waterproofing of certain areas of the ballpark and nearly $4 million for remediation services. So they approved it. It doesn't mean, for instance, if it's determined that this thing is non-repairable, then they can always rescind and not spend all of the money. What else did I see?
I'm looking at the stadium, and I thought about this before. Even if they could play in that field open air, the wind situation or the breeze would suck because there's huge walls all the way around you.
All right, so here's what
that would be weird.
Here's what City Council approved as far as the funds. So nearly $6.5 million, disposing of the shredded roof material.
Oh, I still would love a piece of it.
That's sitting all over the field and on seats. So there's a lot of material inside. Fester, you need someone just to let you inside so you can grab a piece of the roof. Replacing the turf and soil on the field. And temporary enclosures to keep out moisture.
Good luck.
Really?
This is Florida.
Yeah. And then waterproofing areas as determined.
All right. This is just a big freaking mess.
It is.
Really
It is. It's Milton caused a big freaking mess.
And there's no good answers here.
Hey, Wendy's.
The restaurant?
By the way, whenever my kids say Wendy's, I ignore them because I'm going to get one of those D's nuts jokes.
Yeah.
Wendy's, you know what I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Wendy's.
My kids and these Wendy's nuts. Gee, all right. So Wendy's is going to close 140 more low-performing restaurants this year.
You know, I've been driving around town. There's several Wendy's that are shuttered up.
Can somebody explain that Burger King in downtown Tampa?
Hold on. I thought about it.
Yeah.
I drove by it the other day, and I thought of you because you brought it up
Is
before.
it busy? Is it because whenever I drive by it, because when I head down to the Hillsborough County State Attorney's office to like pick up Chloe sometimes or meet Chloe, that Burger King right downtown.
It's busier than you think.
Really?
Because you come in,
All
into downtown to go to work.
Okay.
You stop and get breakfast.
All
It's
right.
the last stop for a drive-through breakfast. And then let's say you're catching a game at Amalie, and I don't know, a slice of pizza is only $24. Hey, let's get a $6.99 Whopper before we go to the game.
Okay, all right.
I bet you it's busier than you think.
Okay. So Wendy's is going to close 150 underperforming restaurants. I don't know if any are here. I haven't seen the list yet. And, will any be in the Tampa Bay area?
I think there's one in Carrollwood that's all
boarded up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking. What the hell are they going to do with this Wendy's? But
Andrew, hold on. Andrew, turn your microphone on. Where's that?
Del Mary and Fletcher.
yeah, that's the one in Carrollwood that I
Okay.
was referring. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen several Wendy's around town that they have like that old style building, the old style Wendy's, not the newer ones, but yeah, they're shut down.
There is horrific video and pictures of a Dodgers fan during the melee after the Dodgers won the World Series, not last night, night before. And there's a Dodgers fan that was lighting fireworks and obviously some powerful stuff, blew the guy's fingers off his hand. and like his hand is all gnarled and nubbed out, and I mean, Fester, go look at this.
All right,
seriously.
hold on. Dodgers.
It is, I mean, some of the websites are putting like black bars over the guy's hand. Other sites are not. This guy is lighting firecrackers amid all the hectic turmoil after the Dodgers won the World Series on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And guy blows, it might have been both hands. But, I mean, he's got fingers that were just blown and thrown in the street.
Warning, this video is extremely graphic, even with parts of the screen being blurred.
I mean, look at this. This guy's, oh my God. It went off immediatly in his hand and blew his fingers. I mean, this is, this is, I mean, this guy's life just changed. I mean, we're talking debilitating. He's got stuff hanging off his, I mean, it's unbelievable.
It turned his hand into chop meat.
meat.
It's awful.
It's like 80-20. I want to make a cheeseburger now.
That's the right meat to use.
And of course, 80-20.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You make a delicious
if you're
burger,
using 90-10,
no way. You need the extra. Fat is flavor.
Fat is flavor.
It's delicious.
But this guy's hands is just awful.
Oh, my God. And then the final item today on the MJ Morning Show. If you're a vapor, you want to vape around other people, you want to vape in a car with your kids, this dude Sheldon posts a video on social media, and he's in a new Mercedes Benz, and I guess there's a HEPA filter in the Mercedes, and the info system is able to determine air quality. The HEPA filter system sucks in the vapor into the system, and then it's able to determine the air quality, and then it puts it on the screen in the car, the air quality that you're breathing.
Okay.
So the Mercedes comes with a HEPA filter similar to what's in like an operating room, apparently, in a hospital.
That's pretty
the
fancy.
filter's meant to purify the air that enters the car to create a healthier environment. So he puffs out this plume of vape smoke. The filter's interior numbers shot through the roof, quickly changing from good to unhealthy to very unhealthy before the car started filtering out the bad air. And this was
kidding?
This was all, I guess, posted on the screen on this Mercedes.
Remember when vaping first came out and people would do it like in the office?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they still do it in the office. Vape smoke quantity has really been reduced. I remember it used to look like Puff the Magic Dragon when it first came out.
Yeah.
When they were like boxes.
So
it looked like you were starting up some kind of an old 1970s barn find, you know?
All the oil's burned out.
Oh, yeah.
But now the vape smoke is a lot less, and people, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
All right. I'm watching more videos of this Dodger fan.
Is that, you didn't see this yet? This is insane.
I have an Instagram reel from behind the scenes.
Oh, my.
And boom. He is in shock, and his left hand is gone.
Oh, oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
The crazy thing is he'll never wear a catcher's mitt again.
Oh, he's not using his left hand again is what he's not using.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, he's in shock. He has no idea. He's running around like, what the hell happened? I mean, it is stomach turning. All right, folks. Speaking of stomach turning, it's all over here. The MJ Morning Show is going on weekend break. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, Monday morning, rather. Yeah. I'll come in tomorrow morning. Special Saturday show. We'll see you back here Monday morning here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. And let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app. Powered